It actually seemed to work this time. I
Hey,
am impressed.
Hey,
What's up, everybody? It's the crew from Pandemonium here once again on a wonderful Saturday evening. Um, Sound off, check in. How everybody doing?
just living at this point. Had a
Just
very
living.
busy Saturday.
There you go. What you have? What was you getting into?
Let's see. Well, it snowed last night, so I had to shovel, go grocery
Mm,
shopping, cook breakfast, then been watching I think it's All of Us Are Dead on Netflix. Been binging
all
that.
of us are dead.
Yeah,
all
it's this new zombie show on Netflix, Korean drama, kind of like
Oh,
High School of the Dead. I don't know, someone told me it's like High School of
I
the Dead.
did.
I'm
Okay,
not.
I did see that. Yes, I saw. I saw an intro for that. I put it on my
mm,
list. Is it worth it?
Yeah, about the halfway point. Yeah, it's worth it. But I wouldn't say it's a similar setting to High School of the Dead, but it's not High School of the Dead. Similar setting though,
Got you.
but it's
Okay.
not bad. It's not bad, but it's just like very gory too. So if you like gore, you're gonna like this.
Okay. I'm with it. I'm with it.
And then, like I was mentioning to you guys in the chat, almost caught up with Doctor Stone manga wise. I'm about 50 chapters behind at this point.
Okay.
That, like I said, when the anime focuses on that pirate character, he's gonna be very important in the future, and that's all I'll say for right now.
Oh. Well, alrighty then. That works. That works. Y'all know I'm still behind on that. I will catch up. I promise. I swear. I'm gonna catch up. But
I'm
I've
doing
been
Doctor
like,
Stone.
as we all know, we all got like those veins that we tap into, and it's like, okay, I had to finish this one before I came back and go back this way.
yo, listen, that is the story of my life.
I'm
Oh, I
telling
started
you.
that. All right, well, before I go to that, I gotta finish this.
Yep,
I miss this so much.
yep. I've been catching up on Doctor Stone. I've been playing Legends Arceus. Finally beat the second boss today. So after I got that shiny late last night, so that's good.
Right, right. Okay,
Like,
okay.
there's a lot of stuff to play and watch right now. So a lot of stuff out right now. So
There really is. And I think that's the biggest thing is like there's so much stuff out there right now. And this so far this year, we've had two sets of really good anime drop. Like just new
I'm
stuff.
telling you. As we know,
So
because I talked about it in the previous episodes, I've done two drops where I've added at least 10 animes both times. And I hit
yes.
the first time I hit on 8 out of the 10. The second one, I haven't gone through them yet. I haven't gotten to them because obviously I had 10 from the previous month that I'm going to. But
True.
I did watch one, and that is hitting.
Which
So,
one was that?
uh, Jihen Kimono or
Hmm.
Kimono Jihen, I think it's called.
That's what's up. What's it about?
It's about okay, so it's about these what's the word? Well, the name of them in this anime is called Kimono, but we're used to them being known as dang, what's it called? What's the little spirits in Japanese culture? They
yokai.
yeah, yokai.
Yokai?
So
Okay, gotcha.
they're
Okay.
they're basically like yokai, whatever. But in this anime, they're called kimono. So
Hmm.
this little boy off in like the country,
Right.
and he's always in the fields. He gets picked on by the other kids of his age. And then a guy from Tokyo comes, and the kids are like, "Yo, Tokyo guy's coming," because in the country they love the city people. They're just like, "Oh my gosh, they're so different." So the Tokyo guy comes, and the one of the kids, like the main kid, whatever, is like trying to befriend him or whatever. He's like the
Hmm.
popular kid, but the guy is interested in this field kid. Like, so he's
Mhm.
like, nah, I want that kid, whatever. So the reason he's there is because he got hired to find some kind of spirit or monster that's like eating all the livestock and stuff, right?
Mhm.
As you progress, come to find out, the kid in the field is like half kimono, which is yoga, whatever. So he's like half monster, whatever. And the lady of the house knows this because the kid is her sister's child. Like so that's her nephew or whatever, right? And
Oh, okay.
guy is actually hired to kill him because they think he's the one that did it. But it's not him. He's not the one who's eating the livestock and stuff. So the kid, like the little popular kid, like picks on the dude and he kind of like flips and his necklace gets yanked off. And we find out that the necklace is like an artifact that keeps the monster like in. You know what I mean? So when the necklace gets ripped off, the monster comes out and he's like, ah, and the little kid runs away. And then that's when the Tokyo dude is like, yo, we know that you really this monster, and I actually was hired to kill you. So now you're gonna die. And the kid is like, okay, that's for the best. But really, it's just all a fake front so that the Tokyo guy can bring him with him back to the city. You know what I mean? Because the kind of yokai he is immortal. So like he like dies, but like then he like regenerates or whatever. So they tell the his aunt, yeah, he's dead, whatever, blah blah blah. And then he wakes up in the back seat of the car, and they're in the city. And then it like opens up to like the guy has a whole like little firm where like it
Yeah, they're a detective agency.
right. It's a detective agency that like keeps the peace between the kimono and the humans. And so there's two main kimono, which is the tanuki and the dang, I can't remember what the name of them are, but they're the fox spirits, like the fox yokai, whatever. And
Okay.
so the Tanuki and the Fox guys, they kind of like they be fighting because they're like their heads, and then like the other ones fall under them or whatever. But they work together on opposite sides to keep the peace between the humans and the kimono. And then the story progresses of like the kid coming into his own, like with his powers and stuff, and it's pretty cool. He's powerful as fuck. Yeah. This nigga's crazy.
As you were talking about it, I forgot the name, but I have seen that. And
Yeah,
that show is
come
How far into it are you?
I'm about to be done. I'm like, I think
Okay.
it's 12 or 13 episodes. I'm on like episode 10.
That without spoiling for other people, the Ice Fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Matter of fact, I think I finished it. I think I finished it. Wait. Because knowing me, I'll binge anime.
Right.
So, like, I highly doubt that I would have stopped no matter what time it was. I doubt I'm stopping 2 episodes
with that one. No, you're not gonna stop.
Just in
like, at
general, like
all.
I'm not gonna look at an anime and be like, oh, I got 1 episode left. Let me go to sleep and then watch that tomorrow. I'm gonna be like, I'm about to watch this right now. I might as well kill it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. And I know for a fact I passed 10. So
Okay.
So I had to finish it.
Yeah, so Rob, what I was talking about, let's just put it this way. They made Osaka Castle in the middle of Central Park out of ice.
Damn.
Out of all ice.
Damn. Oh damn. That's not a good idea.
Yeah, it gets.
It was not a good idea. It was not.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
It was not a good idea.
They get lethal, but that main character, the kid,
yeah,
like
he's a badass.
He would give Deku a run for his money.
Oh,
hands down.
Oh, most definitely.
Hands down.
Anime Deku or manga Deku?
Both.
Okay, say less.
You gotta remember he's undead.
Deku obviously holds closer, but
yeah,
that kid is kind of
he
like learns how to control his shit.
Yeah,
it's insane, bro.
Oh, you want like a
Mhm.
Gohan type of shit or something
Yeah,
like
nigga,
that.
Right.
he goes Super Saiyan, low key. He turns red.
He does. He does have a Super Saiyan transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
His
Kaioken.
his hair and
Yeah.
his arms turn red. Like it's I was like, oh, okay. That what we doing? Now, mind you, when I was watching it, I wasn't like, oh, he went Super Saiyan. But now that I'm thinking about the trend, I'm like,
It's more of a Mob Psycho.
yeah, facts.
That's another one I gotta catch up on.
You,
I
yeah,
forget
you
what I'm
gotta
gonna
watch.
catch. I'm probably
Well,
as soon
hold
as
it.
I finish.
You get to see Mob change what episode 3, 2 or 3, I
Yeah,
think.
something
So
like that.
Oh,
at
okay.
least watch the
This
first 2 or
soon.
3, and you'll see him like go 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I know I
Yeah.
gotta catch up anime wise. I've been watching more non-anime stuff lately, and then
That's
manga
what's
wise,
up.
I've been on a Doctor Stone binge, just trying to catch up.
Catch up
So
on that, right?
yeah, with I'm doing the same thing I did with My Hero season 3. At the end of season 3, I was like, you know what? I'm jumping right into the manga. I know
I
I'm gonna.
mean, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad.
Facts.
Yeah, because I'll definitely be anime only. But if the story starts getting good, I'll jump right into the manga. I will jump right in.
I feel it. Ain't no wrong
See,
with
I
it.
can't. I can't. I can't do it to myself because I'll be like, okay. So here's my thing about manga. I want to go read it most of the time, right?
I already know where you're coming from. I know what you're about to say.
But I know my imagination. And my imagination is normally 10 times better than anything that's going to get animated.
Facts.
And I want to see the animation of it and get like hype. But if I read it and my imagination processes it first, the animation is not going to come
It'll be
close.
underwhelming. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like that. I want to see the story. If the story's getting good, I gotta go. Like
I
I can't
feel
wait
it.
for I can't wait for the anime anymore.
Well, you start with anime first and then go to manga, but he's talking about like going from manga to the anime.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I haven't done
Yeah.
that one yet. I haven't done that. Yeah, because I know
Like,
something
think
I
about it.
saw.
Like, if you watch something like Dr. Stone, you were saying, right? If you started watching anime and then you went to the manga and you're like, oh, snap. And you're like, well, I can't wait till they animate this part. But then the animation doesn't match up with how your mind and the manga match up.
Okay, I've never ran into that issue, but
Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
That could be a me thing. I don't know. I know people debating about graphics and animation stuff. It doesn't like maybe it's like it could be a me thing. I
Mhm.
just if it's animated light, as long as it's not looking jarring, I don't care how it
Well,
looks.
not so much the graphics. I'm thinking more so like, okay, prime example. You know how we always talk about dub versus sub and how
Right.
they do the wording, right? Like the actual scripting of it is
Right.
different, so you get a different vibe. Manga, I would put as the higher tier of the scripting above
Right.
all because it is the
Okay, I can
source
see that.
material. So it's like if I got a certain vibe from reading the manga, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, this scene is freaking dope.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh,
And
I
then
see what you're talking about.
yeah.
I went
Oh,
through this last year.
No, I got an excellent. I think I got an excellent example of this. Bakuman. Remember when the main voice actress was auditioning for the main role for the
Yes.
last anime they did,
Yes.
and there was a script error, and she didn't get the script error because she was reading from the manga,
Uh-huh.
and then I think that's how she won. I think it was the main reason.
Yep,
Like,
that's how she got the part.
Low-key, I was like,
Yes.
ooh. I was like, yes. I was like, ooh.
And I mean,
I was
if they
like,
just did that in the first place, it would be great all the way around. But they don't.
sad but true, yeah. And then I don't know if I think I sent you the clip Friday. Maybe I was like on my last break from work, and then I ended up
Uh-huh.
on YouTube, and I found a cut of Yu-Gi-Oh with like the Japanese
Yes.
background with Yugi and Kai with the English dubbing. I was like,
Yep.
yep, the actors are good. They just got booty scripts. I'm like, oh
Yep.
my god. I was like, Panda was right about that one. I was like, oh man, it's an excellent
It's
example
just,
too.
it sucks. It just sucks because the story be so well written, you know, and you be like, this script, like if you take this script and you act this out, you are drawing tears from the audience instantly. But then they want to rewrite it and then dub, you know what I'm saying? The dub, it's like use the words that are there. If it was, I would watch more dubs if the storyline matched.
Was the same. Facts.
I can respect that. I can totally respect that. Like, I know some people didn't like Dragon Ball Super's dub because they kind of used some inspiration from Team 4 Stars, and I'm like, that was the main reason Dragon Ball dub was even still relevant. So you can't even blame them for that. I know some people didn't.
I don't like certain shows. I think, like especially ones that you grew up with, how you saw it originally is kind of how you stay with it. I know, at least for me, like with Dragon Ball, like I remember Goku with that little tail, you know what I mean, and his granddad when we were kids in English,
right?
So hearing it in in any other language, it kind of threw me a little bit. But like I watch new stuff and it was like, okay, I'll give it a chance in English, I'll give it a chance in Japanese, and it's the story. It's not even the voices half the time. It's the writing. If the sub is giving me more substance to the story,
right,
I have to go with the substance. It's another clip I found. I'll try to find it again for y'all one day. And but like it's a clip I saw from Jujutsu Kaisen. And it was when I forget his name. The second dude, the shadow dude. It was when he did his expansion thing. Okay. And it was like the voice and like it's not even the voice, it's the intonation that's given from a character. Like, you know how you can read a book and you in your head you hear a certain intonation with the words, especially if somebody's like powering up for a big spell or something. Like you just you hear it.
And you have a certain voice. You have a certain voice in your head.
Exactly.
Like, I'll give you a good example. I remember when I was in high school, and I remember our English teacher gave us Of Mice and Men to read. I didn't know the movie was up. I didn't know there was a movie when I read the book. So I imagined George and Lenny as black. So when I watched the movie, I was like, oh, okay. But then there's also certain mediums and certain shows where, acting wise, sometimes sometimes the dub is better than the sub. Like Yu Yu Hakusho is an excellent example. Where like I think the dub actor, the characters, like,
it was embodied better, right?
Yeah.
But if they would take that actor though and give them the script from the sub, like how much more in depth would that emotional feeling have been for some of those scenes?
True. It's like it's a scripting thing. It's more of a writer's thing. That's something to really think about when it comes to the whole sub versus dubber. You gotta factor in scripting. I mean, there's not many shows where where script is not going to matter. Like something like Pokemon, maybe Digimon, the script is not going to matter all too much. But something like Attack on Titan, maybe maybe a very dense episode of Naruto explaining stuff. The script is going to be very important.
Jiraiya's death episode, something like that.
Right.
Oh my god. Yeah. We don't talk about that episode.
We don't talk about that episode. I feel that though. I'm with you. You know, or the episode of Pain when he had him pinned to the ground and Hinata came in. Like that episode. The English versus the dub, like the writing, the scripting of it. It was different. It hit different. You know? Hellsing, Alucard, when he took up against that the half vampire brothers and they came in, he's like, oh, it was like, you want this smoke? All right, like that was the conversation, but it just came off differently on the dub. Like it did not have the same assholery.
I'm thinking two more examples because I remember. I'm gonna go back to my Naruto bag for a second here because I remember when the anime was getting close to like the Kaguya, the Naruto versus Sasuke, and Storm 4 came out. I think about maybe 2 months before. I'm like, oh no. I said, "Oh no," because I knew the video game was going to do it way better than the anime. I ended up being right. I was like, and then I saw the English dub clips like months later. I was like, "Yep, the video games when the video games have the dub cast, you can tell that the actors are good. The scripting can be hit or miss depending on who's writing." Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. My other example I had was Shoot, I lost it that I lost it that fast. It was Naruto and somebody else had like scripting. Like Full Metal's fine. I had another one. I lost it. I lost it that fast.
Trying to think of who else was a good one. Was it a newer one or an older one?
Probably a newer, probably an old. No, was it newer? Probably new-ish. I don't know.
New-ish.
My hero, my near hero never really had scripting issues. I know some people had issues with pacing with the last season, especially, but
Yeah,
that's another topic for another day.
True.
I'm trying to think. Bleach is another one that the scripting from dub to sub was different.
Right.
But yeah, I think across the board, most of them that I've seen, they've got slight scripting changes, and it's just like
Facts.
you could just keep the story. Like they're already saying the things. Let them say the things.
Right.
Why cut it down?
Yeah, like say the things, or if it's in character, maybe an ad lib, let it work.
Right.
I mean, you're paying these voice actors this money to do the job. Like now, I remember it was Dragon Ball when Jiren said time to make the donuts. I was like, okay, but
right, like out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was a random don't put that in on like even Pokemon back in the day saying rice cakes with jelly donuts. I mean, even as a kid, you're like, that ain't no damn jelly donut.
Right.
Like, come on now.
Right.
Jelly donuts.
And so that is another question, another conversation for a day. But the whole voice actors, and I love when voice actors get to do ad libs because 90% of the time it's better than what they already have written for the English dubs anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like the other point of that was the payment situation. Like voice actors do not get paid what they deserve. 90%.
Not at all.
And that's, I mean, we're not even gonna go back to the whole manga, you know what I'm saying, mangaka not getting paid what they deserve at the same time either. That's a whole nother,
Oh yeah, especially if you look up Demon Slayer. That makes
I read into that. That's a topic we can touch on this.
Yeah, that's gonna be well, if we're talking about acting, like voice actors and acting, they real actors, voice actors, video, and if you're a voice actor, you're just as good as an actor. You need to get that paper.
Oh yeah,
almost there.
I mean, funny enough, I know
you're doing more takes than actors normally do as a voice actor.
Oh yeah.
Because they want to see, okay, well, how many times can you do this? How many times can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you switch this around?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is not non-anime really, but I'm sure you guys heard about Futurama being revived and John DiMaggio not coming back because he wants more pay. It's funny enough, we're just talking about this right now, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's why he doesn't want to come back to be Bender because like I want to get paid. He probably
the show is clearly making money.
Exactly.
Bender is probably the most famous character from Futurama.
Yeah, he's like the heart and soul.
Bart Simpson with Simpsons. So you know what I mean?
Legit.
Yeah, true. The Simpson actors, I think, are making like almost, I want to say like $250,000 an episode at this point, which they should be making it.
I mean, it's been forever, so.
Right. And Futurama was on that same train. So, with that being the case, if you can't pay the man what he's worth, he's the reason people are watching your show in the first place.
Exactly.
True.
Y'all will pay an actor out the ass to be in a part.
Out the wazoo.
And if you want the actor, he is a voice actor. If you want this actor to do what he's doing, you know what I mean? In this situation, he needs to be paid for that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's a thing. And I guess, well, since we're on it, let's go ahead and go into it. Shoot, we already here. But like going into like the mangaka, like they are one issue I find with that whole situation is it's almost culturally based as well. To not like push for that extra, that the extra rights or the extra keeping of your ownership of the property, or to push for more money or anything. Like it's almost like a, you know what I mean? It's frowned upon almost. Because if I'm not mistaken, the writer of Demon Slayer, there's no rights. to the merchandise or product. So
Right.
copyright is all
Yeah.
gone. She was paid a certain small lump sum amount, and then has nothing for residual royalties
Yeah, that's
coming
it.
from it.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
know,
And then because I remember here when Demon Slayer she ended the manga or the manga ended it because it's a family situation. I wonder if that was just an excuse because they knew they were getting screwed out all the money Demon Slayer would be mad. I'd probably stop too, low key.
it was like they had a set contract. From what I read, they had a set contract, and this was the amount that they were paying for it, and that was it. And they got that, and they stopped. That was just the end. And
Yep.
then like it blew up. Similar situation actually happened with the guy who wrote The Witcher. What was his name again? Give me a second. I have no clue how to say his name again. Andrzej Sapkowski, who was a Polish writer, but he wrote The Witcher. It's like a series of books, and then sold off all the rights to it because he didn't think it was going to go anywhere. And then years later, the games start getting popular.
Oh, yeah,
And then there's now the Netflix adaptation, right? And he got none of the royalties. Like, think about it. Witcher 1, meh. Witcher 2, better. Witcher 3,
Witcher 3
top tier.
is
top tier
game.
Yes.
Now there's the show.
Yep.
And you have Superman in the show.
Yep. You got a DC Marvel level actor to do the show on Netflix. Do you know how hard that is? Do you know how hard that is? That's like having what Ray Fisher doing Luke Cage or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. That's a random. Nope. That's not picking from he's doing Luke Cage. That was just a random example. I don't want nobody saying, "Oh, Ray Fisher's gonna play Luke Cage." Nope, that's a random example.
Taking it wrong with it.
Right.
I just use that as an example. You know how people are nowadays. So
that's facts. They're gonna take it wrong with it. Well, you know, Rod off of the Pandemonium podcast said that Ray Fisher's about to come.
Yeah. Don't want that smoke, especially with them DC fans. I don't want that smoke right now. The
books came out in like 92. Somewhere in there,
I think so, something like that.
Yeah,
yeah, and people wonder why some of these comic writers or some of these places like in America, they're like, why don't I know people sometimes say, I'm tired of seeing like Batman, Superman stories with all these different writers. Like, you see why these comic book companies like, oh, if you want to work with us, you're going to use our character. It'd be maybe once in a blue moon or new, you might get a Miles or a Riri or someone else once in a while. Maybe Teen Titans with George Perez. I know he's sick, just keep him in your prayers, y'all. But it's not too often that a creator is able to create a new character in established brands. You don't see that too often.
But switching gears though, I think that's the other thing, and we can kind of use it to segue into today's topic too, if you guys want. When it comes to novels and books now, it's becoming a lot easier for people to start going into their own brands and creating these new stories, because when it comes to movies and books, especially in the sci-fi fantasy realms, people are getting tired of the same old storylines. You know what I mean? And I think that's one thing that's been opening doors for a lot of our Black or African American authors these days.
True, makes sense.
I know.
Yeah, and also an article somewhere last week where it says like the top selling books in America when it comes to like comics and graphic novels, manga was like had 2/3 of the market.
Yep.
Compared to DC and Marvel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Especially with the pandemic, I heard a lot of people were buying a manga and just reading them. I know I heard various rumors about that. Got a lot of manga fans now.
And it's new, it's fresh. Like, how many times you gonna tell a Batman story?
True.
You know what I mean? We
Right.
know how
Yeah.
Superman got here. How many times
Yep.
you gonna tell us that?
True. Or they try to do something unique or different, and the fans don't like it because it's something different. I know. I heard like
Which is
Tom
the
Taylor
other
when he was
part of
doing
that.
Batman. Yeah. Because I know when Tom Taylor was writing Batman, I know he was looking more into psychological stuff. People like,
Mm-hmm.
we don't like the psychological stuff. It's boring. I know he wanted to keep Batman and Catwoman married. I was like, yep, I would have quit the book after that if they wouldn't let me. The way he was setting up that story, it made sense he was going to marry Catwoman, and for them
Right.
to like the backtrack after that, I'm like if I was a DC comic book reader, I'm like, I wouldn't mess with them after that. I was like, ugh. I don't know why I started this thing for DC. I'm like, y'all hype that up so much, and then you just backtrack at
Mm-hmm.
the last minute. I'm like, no,
See,
like,
and what you said there, you made a good point. Because I'm like, why do people complain about the storylines never changing? But then when they change, they complain about it.
mm-hmm.
Like, why?
It's a
It
good
can't.
question. It's a good question to explore another day, but I'm telling you, because I remember watching YouTube videos of the Tom Taylor Batman. I'm like, look, this is a good character dissection of Batman. I'm like, this is some good characterization for a character that's been around since like 1939. Nobody's ever thought to explore like the
Go this deep.
psychological, go this deep. And Tom Taylor was like a former CIA agent, so of course he knows that type of stuff. So it's
Right.
like that's like almost a perfect person to write Batman, almost in my opinion.
It really, I mean, honestly, that would be the person to write Batman. I will 100% agree with you on that. Because if you think about it, like if you think about what Batman is supposed to be, like the character is supposed to be a person who has access to what all kinds of knowledge regarding what martial arts, regarding law, regarding, you know what I mean, like the inner workings of the criminal justice system. He's supposed to have all of this knowledge in his head. That's what gives him his ability to his quote unquote prep time superpower. That's what that is. He's basically a CI.
Yep.
You know, and you never once have seen him actually. A Batman show should be like CSI every time an episode comes on.
True. I can see that. I can definitely see that. That's why shows like Gotham, I think they had the Alfred show out a couple of years ago. Even those are like semi-successes because it was more like diving into the characters of Gotham. Like Batman's there, cool, but you're seeing other aspects, and I think that's what people don't like. I want to see Batman beat up ex-villain of the week. It gets boring. I mean, even DC kind of transitioned Superman to be Jonathan Kent instead of Con-El, but I mean not Con-El. And I know there's the whole big hoo-ha about him being bisexual. I'm like, so he's the younger son. He's a more modern take on a Superman. I mean, why not? It's not the Superman you want. Even I know DC's been kind of like playing around with timelines and a whole bunch of other stuff. We could probably talk about that another day, but
yeah.
But it's just they're trying something different. They're doing what Marvel did.
What you said with that also is another piece. Like, why are we worried about another universe's version? And I'm sorry, y'all. I think my mic is acting up today. I think the cord needs to be changed, possibly. Yeah. Anyway, but like, why are we jumping into different universes? Whether you're talking about DC or Marvel, when you could easily just dive into the characters that you already have, if you're gonna repeat the same character.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep. I can understand that.
You know what I'm saying? Prime example. When they did Logan, not when they did Logan, not Logan. When they did Wolverine, you know what I mean? Like his backstory. There's so much of his backstory that could easily be brought to life.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pick a time period. You can go future, where he's with Bishop and Cable and Nimrod.
Right.
When he married Storm. You know what I mean? You can go past when he was a samurai. like the last Ronin, not last Ronin. That's Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
Like,
that's coming out this month too. That's coming out next month too. The
Right.
last issue.
But like the last samurai movie from back in the day, with who was that? It
That's Tom Cruise or was that Nick?
Keanu Reeves.
Tom Cruise, wasn't it?
I think so. Either Tom Cruise or Nicolas Cage. I'm not 100% sure.
Nah,
Something
it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I think it was Cruise. Yeah. But either way, like put Wolverine in that scenario because he was in that scenario.
He was a legit.
True.
You know how he met Oroku. Not Oroku Saki. I was watching Ninja Turtles last night, y'all. So like the original one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, because the original movie's on Netflix now.
Yeah, it is on Netflix. Shameless plug. Yes, original Ninja Turtles is on Netflix. Go watch it.
Yeah, and get Shredder's Revenge when it comes out eventually this year.
Yeah. But like, yeah, you know how he met his girl. I forget her name now. Yuriko.
Yeah.
You know how he met her, how she became a part of that mutant gang in the sewers, like how she got her claws because she was mad at him. All these storylines that they have in one universe.
Right.
But no, y'all want to jump to multiple universes.
And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a multiverse. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's how we got Miles Morales in Marvel proper. So shit, did something right.
True.
But
like,
yeah,
I mean, unless they're using that as their way to bring in different actors, and if that's the case, then I get it.
Right.
You know, because they can age people out as time needs and things of that nature. So if they're doing that, so be it.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I have liked about MCU, honestly, compared to a lot of other comic universes, is people just age out, and I've really low key kind of appreciated that. I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of appreciated that.
Yeah,
like because it's like MCU, like if you say the first movies we watched now was like the golden age, we're now in the silver age, so there you go.
I can see that. I could definitely see that. Well, okay. Let's go ahead, y'all, because we clearly will get off traffic, off topic with everything else. Off traffic, right? Anyway, with everything else in the book. I do want to do a quick shout out just on the news tip. Our very beloved friend, someone who we all grew up with, Mr. Burton.
Oh yeah,
King Burton. That's what I'm gonna start calling him too. King Burton.
Master Burton.
He turned 65 on the 16th. Master Burton. So yeah, I mean, a lot of y'all know him from Star Trek. Geordie LaForge. A lot of y'all know him from reading Rainbow. He was there for like 23 years. Yeah, I know. I grew up on reading Rainbow and Star Trek. So.
Fly in the sky. I can fly
high. That beat hits. That beat hits for a children's show. That hits for a children's show.
It did. I'm not even going front. Let's see here. He was, and I didn't know this. He was also the executive producer of Reading Rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like,
right. He's like, all right, bro. I see you. I'm not mad.
Black man teaching us to read. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
Let's get it.
We need more. I'm gonna need more of them to have listened to him, or go watch some reruns for these kids today. Man.
Yeah, that's a good question. If you're not even on streaming, that's like a crime. Like, surprised somebody has.
It's not on stream. Like, have you noticed that? I've never seen Reading Rainbow on any streaming service.
That's facts.
Oh, one of LeVar has the whole rights to the whole series. Like, we were just talking about that not too long ago. I'm wondering if he got the rights to everything.
Look, I would make a TV. He has enough footage that he can make a TV channel of just Reading Rainbow.
He should pitch that to Pluto TV, low key. But yeah,
dude, I'm telling you, Pluto is accepting channels left and right.
I mean,
like,
heck,
if I had the content, I would do it. I swear I would. I swear to you.
Yeah,
It would be
Pluto low key
23
been.
something.
Pluto was the main reason I never had cable when I was living in Orlando. I swear to God. I had Iron
Yep.
Chef, American Gladiators, Ninja Turtles. What else did I need?
Right. They had everything. They have everything. Do you know they have an IGN channel of just playthroughs?
I believe it.
I've seen it. I've never watched them. I'm like, oh, hey, we're doing Let's Plays on TV now. I'm like, okay, now.
Right.
Okay.
I'm like, what the heck? Anyway, but yeah, there's that. So happy belated to our elder there. Another thing, and this is just a side note. As far as Netflix goes, let me see if I can find the image here for real quick. Where are you? Here it is. BioShock is coming to Netflix. They're talking about making a movie.
Good.
of
It's a movie,
BioShock.
not a series. Good.
Yeah, they're saying movie. And this came from IGN. So I got a question. Have y'all played BioShock?
Honestly, this is one of the few first-person shooters I actually did play. So, yes, I did play it a little bit. I think maybe when Xbox had the. I don't play it on Xbox. I don't remember how I played it. I think they had like a online demo or something like that. I don't remember, but I enjoyed what I played. It was cool.
I started playing it. It wasn't for me, so I stopped playing.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. It had some interesting concepts, but like I said, I think I might have borrowed the game from somebody. That should show my age on that one, but who does that anymore?
You mean who's allowed to? Shoot.
So I buy all my games digital nowadays.
See, and that's another conversation to have too.
Yeah, but
Because
to
the
stick
whole
on
digital
top,
versus
that's a topic for another day. But for BioShock,
yeah.
I'm glad this is going to be a movie and not a show. I'm glad this is a movie. Not everything needs to be a TV show, but I'm glad this is like maybe a trilogy movie would actually work. Like B-horror trilogy movie, this could actually work.
I could see that. This is for those who have never played BioShock, it is. I think it's about as horror. Like it gets about as gruesome, or could be about as gruesome as like. I don't know. I can't even think about it.
Maybe it's like a more gory and creepier Fallout. If you think about
there
it.
you go. There you go.
I don't see that combination there.
That's what that is. Yes. Like, so to put that in a movie, yeah, it's definitely rated R. Like, it's not for kids. It's definitely not for kids. Like this game before, what was it called? What's the name? It's not what's the escape game? Outlast.
Oh yeah.
Before Outlast came out, if I had seen Outlast before I saw BioShock, I would think it was based off of Outlast. And for those of you who've not seen Outlast, it's basically you're in a psych asylum of deranged mutants with a flashlight trying to get out. And you're a reporter. That's Outlast. Think Resident Evil, any Resident Evil game, but all you have is a flashlight trying to get out with their people from the asylum, and most of them are genetically mutated into these giant creatures. And you're trying to make it out of this labyrinth of an asylum. That's what BioShock is. Only you have this giant mechanoid, and the person that's in it is a little kid trying to make her way out.
Yeah. Oh, I would have said that is a twist. That was a good twist when you found that out. Like, wow.
Right? Like, that is what this game is about. And so to make that into a movie, yeah, like I agree with you. A TV show would not have done this justice. It would have to be a movie.
Yeah. Can't wait. That's one of those I can't wait for. Like BioShock was good. It was good. It was good for its time. So a movie with some of the modern technology we got now, oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. I could see it almost being like Witcher-esque in vibe.
You think
Yeah.
so?
The darkness, the heavy darkness of it.
Right.
It'll be darker, definitely.
Yeah, the gore factor. Yeah, Netflix is good with gore stuff. So this is right up their alley too. This is right up their alley.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Why you say that?
Because to me, Witcher is not like it's not really that horror, gory kind of genre to me.
I more so meant like the dark vibe of the Witcher.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Like
That's all I'm saying.
maybe Castlevania probably be a better example than Witcher probably.
Possibly. Okay, yeah, I'll go there. The only reason I said Witcher is because it's live action. That was why I went there.
But put it to you this way: if Netflix can get One Piece right, they can get anything live action right. Let's just keep it a buck.
Keyword is
if they pull that off, I won't say anything about anything going on Netflix live action. You will see me being quiet, drinking tea.
I respect that. I respect that until they mess up again. I'm just saying. They got too many bad ones behind them.
Comedy. Excuse me.
So many.
See, what happened was, right?
We're not going to get into that. That's just my only beef with Netflix, but we'll leave that for another day.
Touche. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. But yeah. I'm really when it comes to that One Piece, I'm really waiting for it and like please do not mess it up.
I'm scared to watch it.
You're scared? I know, right? I know. Just because there's it's gotta
even though Rooney Kenshin and
that was good.
Even though that and Full Metal are like GOAT animes, it ain't One Piece, bro.
But then again, not everything can transition to different genres or different styles either.
I can't recover from One Piece. Bro. If they mess up One Piece, I might boycott Netflix, bro. And that's a lot.
We'll get to that. We'll cross that big bridge eventually when we start seeing trailers and stuff. So
well, I guess we'll see that soon.
Yeah, I'm terrified.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. For some reason, I guess my wire was messing up or something. I had to switch out my wires.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, the XLR on that one for some reason was acting up. But anyway, all right. So on to the main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go.
Which area would you gentlemen like to start with? We've got black actors, black musicians, black writers, or actors, musicians, writers, artists.
Well, we've been talking about voice actors, so let's
like visual artists.
Well, we've been talking about acting with anime and stuff. Might as well just start with acting. Just keep the ball rolling that way.
Black
acting?
people.
Okay. So, anyone in particular you want to start with?
We gotta
run
through the list and go from there.
We got a couple GOATs.
Got some GOATs. We got some people. We got honorable mentions. We got people we got to mention for the culture. Some being done dirty, but we'll get to that eventually. But let's get the ball rolling.
All right. Who do you want to start?
Who?
Oh no, go ahead.
No, what you say, Rod?
No. I was talking to I was thinking out loud. Don't worry about me. I was gonna say start with like a comedy. I honestly say what genre we're gonna start with, like comedy, drama. That's the only thing I was thinking.
So you gonna start with comedy? Is that what you said?
I don't know. We could just start. I don't know how we're gonna do the actors. So
all right. How about this then? I'll go ahead and start it off. Since you said comedy, I'm gonna go here.
Oh, okay.
Arsenio Hall.
Definitely a GOAT. That's
a great one.
For those of you who do not know, this man first off, is a legend when it comes to talk shows
Hmm.
and the culture around black talk shows in general. Um, where is my? I'm sorry, y'all.
Also did
This
some.
mic
He also did some voice acting too now, which I
today,
found
but it
out
wouldn't
not
be
too.
some type of issue, right?
I heard about that.
Say it again.
He did some voice acting.
He has done some voice acting. I have to pull up his list to see what all. But like his first, I don't know, like his TV show had so many people. Like he was the first black late night talk show host. First off, and that was back in '89. Was here? Yeesh,
Yeah,
dang.
88, 89, somewhere around there.
They have 5 different seasons. They had, when I say they had so many people, I think the last
Somebody,
presidential candidate they had was Bill Clinton.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
everybody was on
Yeah,
that.
That was an infamous clip.
right. But I know he's had Tupac on the show. He's had Magic Johnson. Most of the people, younger generation, probably know him from Coming to America.
Right.
But yeah, Arsenio is. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I've never been too big on his comedy, his stand-up.
True.
Not that it was bad. I just personally, not my personal taste.
Right.
But what he did for talk show hosts, especially black talk show hosts, is he basically opened that entire genre up for us.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
And showed what we can do when given that platform. The types of people, like I've watched some of his old shows, and when he would get individuals who were racist, or you know what I mean, they were negative about his use of the platform. He didn't meet them with anger. He met them with knowledge.
Right.
That's one thing I will say about his shows. He met them with knowledge. Like I've seen him, he will confront them. Now, don't get me wrong, he would still confront them. But at the end of the day, it's like we're all here having fun. Like that was one thing he would always say, "Yo, we're all here having fun. We're enjoying the show. We're having a conversation." You know what I mean? If you
Yeah.
can't be open-minded enough to listen to that conversation, that's a problem that you need to work on. But you're not going to mess up everybody else's time here.
That's
Get the
fact.
heck out.
Get
And
that.
after so long, he would have them booted, because I'm not going to sit here. You're not going to use my platform for your own rhetoric.
Your bigotry.
Yeah, that's why
You know?
like he paid away for people like Joy and Reed. Like she had people on her show, they just start talking stupid. She just kicked them out. I'm like, okay, she got that from Arsenio, but you know, like I said, he paid the way for a lot of people. Late night talk shows. I mean, everybody just had the Tonight Show, and I forget what the CBS show was called, Late Night or something like that. I don't know, just had those two back in the day. He paid it off a lot of like the Jimmy Kimmels we had, maybe the Bill Maher. Like he bought a lot of that. Like he was the OG. He was the one who held it down back in the day. Like when he was late night talk show, you could not beat Arsenio. You could not beat him.
Oh no! If he was still around doing his show,
Oh man,
I think he would half the shows would not have been there. Not with the rating numbers that they have.
Oh no! That's being too ambitious. He probably would have
the ratings that they have now.
It worked for his era. I mean, and sometimes, especially with some of these actors, they only worked in different eras. I mean, we're gonna say in like the '90s. I wouldn't mind bringing up 2 actors right now if you guys don't mind. I can bring up 2.
Who?
Bill Bellamy and Tommy Davidson. Both good actors in
Tommy. Yes, people sleep on Tommy Davidson.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Still hilarious as heck. But Tommy Davidson had his own. It was his own funk on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and he was international. He had the international flair.
True.
You know, half his shows were in Spanish.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. Wow.
Half his shows he did at some point he broke into Spanish. And just going.
Oh wow, I never knew that. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Tommy Davidson funny as hell.
Oh yeah, he was hilarious. He wasn't on the original list that we were going to talk about, so that's why I don't have images of those two individuals. But yes, very, very funny comics if you ever get a chance to go back and look them up.
Yeah, I think isn't Tommy Davidson on the Proud Family reboot, or was he on the Proud Family reboot? I remember hearing about that somewhere.
I don't know. Let's see here.
Yep. I heard.
Yeah, isn't he the uncle or something?
Yeah, like I heard that somewhere a while ago.
Let's see here. If I'm not mistaken, yes. He was also he was on a couple different things.
Yeah.
Proud Family. Oscar.
Oh, he's the dad.
Yeah,
he's dad.
Oh, the dad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Tommy. He got the Disney money. Good for him. Good.
Right. Yeah, he got that Disney money.
That name
Good for him.
right there.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. He deserves all the flowers. He done such some of them comedies he did, and then another underrated film of Tommy Davis while we're on him is Bamboozled. Very underrated role he did in that movie, low key.
Oh yeah.
Low key. He kind of stole that movie low key.
Actually, I'll go ahead and pull this up for y'all real quick. Mr. Tommy Davidson. Here we go. Boom. There you go. So if you ever get a chance to see him, definitely look up some of his comedy. Great artist.
Great. Yeah, definitely great man.
Yeah. Bill Bellamy also funny guy. Bill. So I think Bill Bellamy.
Players Club, baby.
Right.
Players Club.
Like, Cat Williams.
How to be a player. How to be a player.
Kevin Hart. People along that line of comedy, I think, took note from Bill at some point. You know what I mean? Like he came right before that, but he started kind of. I can't remember era wise. I have to check. Was he?
No, he was late 80s. He was late 80s. He was like late 80s, early 90s.
That's what I was like. He was
because he was an MTV VJ. Because he was an MTV VJ, so it was like late 80s. Had to be around then.
Yep. Bernie Mac.
Oh God.
Legend.
Man.
No, I'm saying like I can't remember if they started at the same time or not.
You know, no, they were all on Def Jam around the same time. Yeah,
that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah.
So around early 90s. Early 90s, they probably was
because Bernie was in How to Be a Player. So
yes, he was. He was, man.
Yes,
he was.
He was in How to Be a Player. So again, another comic genius.
The black comedy, yeah, man. I was telling it to I think I was telling this to my girlfriend like a while ago. I said, if Bernie Mac was alive, oh man, listen, he would have went viral. Like he would have been certain times. I was like, damn, I wish Bernie Mac was around.
Oh yeah, Bernie was a different breed.
Yeah, I miss Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie was a different breed. Bernie and Samuel Jackson together when they did Soul Man.
Yo, that was like
that movie, boy.
But think of what would have happened if they had a few more years together. Like
they would have definitely did a sequel. They would have definitely did a sequel to that movie. Let's keep it a buck.
I'm gonna throw this in there. I'm just gonna mess with y'all real quick.
Okay.
You remember Shaft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new one. What if they had found a way to put Bernie in that movie?
I was about to say you about to add Bernie Mac to the Shaft.
No, I can actually
not
see
as
that.
A Shaft, but just like as a side character.
No, yeah, I say in Shaft. Yeah. Not as Shaft.
Bernie, he probably would have been. He probably would have been like the driver or some shit. He probably would have did what Busta Rhymes did. Or would have been like or Richard Roundtree's homeboy. That would have been Bernie. That was like one of his homeboys or something. Oh man.
Right. But yeah. So yeah, very, very
Trying to think if there's any other 90s people we should get some props for. Kind of keep it in the 90s. You know, some people were only popping in the 90s. So,
a couple people I want to bring up because I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Like, I want to hit some of the the old heads that brought it up.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I just thought of '90s first, so
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Because this will keep it around in that era. And let me get his picture here.
Who you going, Eddie?
Mr. Singleton.
John
Singleton. Okay.
So y'all all remember Boys in the Hood?
But
Yes,
so
sir.
we doing act. I thought we were doing actors. Are we doing directors too?
Actors, directors together.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, combination.
All right. I was about to say, wait a
So
minute.
John Singleton is responsible for just being black. Period.
Yeah, you got Boys in the Hood. You got Poetic Justice. You got.
Yep.
Did he do Baby Boy too? I was about to say that. Okay.
He did do Baby Boy.
Baby Boy.
All of the typical black movies. They're like those movies that are supposedly, if you ain't see them, you not black.
You not
He made
black,
all of them.
right?
Well, he didn't do
Before
New
the
Jack
culture
City, so
movie, as they say.
he didn't do New Jack City. So
Oh,
that was Mario. Ooh, that's another. Hopefully, we'll bring him up in a few minutes. But I'm gonna keep that name.
See, what I like. So one thing people don't realize is half the people who are doing big now started with him. So like Nia Long, Morris Chestnut, Ice Cube, Cuba Gooding, Regina King, which we all see what she's doing now these days. She's been a beast.
Still being fine.
But
fine like one.
All of them he put on when they
on.
was coming out. All of them. The you know the TV show Snowfall?
Yeah.
He works on that.
Oh, I'm at that. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So not only does he do, you know what I mean, has he done things like that for our culture, just in general though, he's a beast. He's amazing.
Almost definitely.
But he did pass in 2019.
Oh yeah. I think it was a heart attack or something. It was something bad.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but yeah, I did hear. Another person I want to touch on who is around today still. Where is she at? Come on, lady. And of course, now I can't find her. But anyway, it's Miss Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Whoopi.
Got put respect on Whoopi's name. She an OG too.
Yeah. Whoopi's another one of those like first off, as an actor, she's good. She's beyond good. You know, but she's one of those people that was around with Arsenio and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like she took from some of those ways. Like if you see her on The View, people think I'm crazy when I say this. When she's on The View, I think she's off now, but when she was on The View, she reminded me of Arsenio Hall.
I can see where you're coming from. Okay, that's a very interesting point.
Like how she interacted with people and how she didn't take ish. I saw that same like vibe.
I can see that. I can see that. Probably, yeah. Even the reason she got suspended was I get why they suspended her, but she kind of had a point. She kind of had a point, but that's another topic for another day, as they said. But
yeah, she was also the first Emmy. They call them EGOTs because they kind of like get the whole gamut. They got Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. She's the first black person to get all four of those.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think she's still the only woman who's done that, to my knowledge, unless someone else.
She definitely might be. Yeah. And also the first black actress to be nominated for both supporting and black actress, best actress categories for an Oscar, and that was for Ghost back in the 90s, which was a very good movie.
It was
completely underrated, just in general.
Most definitely.
So,
yeah, I've only seen it a couple of times, but it's a. I mean, like I said, I only seen it a couple of times. I can't really give an honest assessment of it.
I respect that. Now, I do want to talk about. I'm gonna say one person for last, and let me know if y'all want to throw in somebody as I'm going through. These are just ones I had pre-prepared for us to talk about as we're going through. The next one that I have is the lovely Miss Berry.
Mm.
Halle
Dorothy Dandridge.
Berry. Halle Berry.
Listen, Halle Berry might still be, even at this age now, might still be the bar that was set on Black Beauty in Hollywood.
Oh, Hollywood. I was about to bring somebody else
Yeah,
up,
I
but
can
no,
see
I
that.
can see.
That's just what it was. It was like in when you talked about black actresses, you were like, oh dang, is she Halle Berry fine? You know what I'm saying? Now
Yeah.
me
Yeah, that's true.
personally, I got some that not to discredit Holly, because I definitely throw Holly down, but I got a few that when it comes to just straight black fondness, take the cake for me over Holly. But that was just kind of in society. That was like the norm.
The go
That was
to
the era. That was the era. That was the era.
before
I can say.
Beyonce came up.
Compared to Holly Berry, like, oh, you know,
See, I was gonna bring up Beyonce. I was gonna bring up
That's
Rihanna,
what I'm saying.
but
Oh, okay. Shot who?
Rihanna.
Rihanna. And
But you
Rihanna.
said Hollywood. You said Hollywood, so that's a key
Yeah,
factor.
Yeah, I'm keeping it on act. I'm keeping it on acting.
Yeah.
on actors. Yeah, okay.
That
Okay.
was
Yeah.
the thing. Like, you know, you just heard about
Yeah.
you know, Holly Berry fine, Holly Berry fine. Now,
But you know who? I know someone who will probably give her a run for her money once
I
she's a
know
little
they
bit
still
older.
gotta give her a run for her money. Okay,
I'm thinking Megan Good. Give Megan Good like 20 years.
Megan Good fine ass. Gabby, you fine ass.
True. There's some baddies out there, as they
But
say.
you
There's some
also got to go by the age.
beautiful black women in.
Yeah, we could say Halle is aging gracefully. I know.
Oh,
Oh,
I know.
most definitely. Fine wine,
extremely.
baby. Fine wine.
Me personally, I
Fine.
lost a lot of respect for her from the X-Men movies because Storm kept getting her ass kicked. But I got
Yeah,
lost a
Alright.
little bit of respect.
Okay,
Yeah.
she lost all cool points for me for playing Storm. I'm not gonna lie, all cool
Me too.
points.
Me
Like,
too.
I get it,
Most
I get
definitely.
it, but no, baby. You can do a lot of things. That one,
Yeah, you're not supposed to be a superhero in anything. No.
I don't blame her. Okay, correction. I don't
Catwoman
blame
too.
her. I don't blame her.
Y'all remember Holly Catwoman?
That was the dumbest idea ever.
Catwoman. I was good with Catwoman. Like,
You
I mean,
good Catwoman?
the scripting. It's the scripting. It's not her that I blame for Storm. It's the scripting. We know Halle can act.
Yeah, obviously.
You know what
obviously
I mean?
we know that.
We know she can act. Like, why did y'all give her that script though? Why?
They don't
this
care
is-
about us.
Why?
I mean, it's the same
Like,
Halle that did Dorothy Dandridge. I mean, we know she can act.
right. We know this. So why did y'all do that to her? Like, you know what happens to lightning when it strikes a toad? The same thing that happens to everything else. Really? A 5-year-old could come up with something better than that.
That's sad.
You
And
know,
that's and people wonder why we don't take the X-Men movie seriously.
right. I'm just saying. But
She
anyway,
was good in that costume though. She did look good in that costume.
I don't know. Personally, I think she was a bad casting choice when it
Me
comes to
too.
Storm in general.
No, most
'Cause
definitely.
Storm is an Amazon, like hands down.
That's fact.
You know,
You
Aurora
needed
Monroe
somebody.
is she has a very intimidating presence.
Yeah,
Not
you gotta.
intimidating, like, I don't know if that's the right word. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you need someone like body wise, like maybe Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not just using that as like an example, but
Mm,
something like body wise, not like.
Meg Thee
acting
Stallion
scene.
is a big bitch. You right. I definitely feel you.
Yeah, I did not want to say that. Folk have said that.
Not big,
That's-
like big. You know, like she like 5'11".
yeah, she's tall.
Might be 6 foot.
She's definitely taller.
And
But like
and her
Storm,
body
Storm was all. I always thought she was like 6 something.
right. Exactly. She
Right.
had she Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 5'11", 6. I'm thinking like 5'11", maybe 6'2", maybe. Maybe she's like 6'7" in heels. I don't know.
And darker.
Yeah.
I always, you know what I'm saying? I always figured if they got somebody for her, she'd be darker.
Yeah,
Like, I almost
she is dark skinned.
the Warriors from Wakanda. That was what I imagined when I thought
Yeah.
they were gonna make a
Right.
Storm.
As
You
you
know,
should.
that's what I envisioned. So, but with Halle though, she was the first black woman to win an Oscar for Best Actress, and that was back in 2002. And I think she might still be the only Black actress to have that Oscar right now.
Yep,
There
I think
might
she
be
is.
one other. I have to double
No,
check. But I think she might still be the only one.
The
At
only one
least
to
as
what?
of
to win the
3 or 4
Oscar.
years ago, I think she was.
Why does someone else have to be crooked to take it? You know what? I'm not gonna quote no Jada Gets right now. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice today. Be nice.
Look at you. Look at you.
I'm
Play nice.
be nice.
Wait, did y'all say
Play
she's
nice.
the only Black actress to have an Oscar?
Yep.
For Best Actress.
For Best Actress.
Actress. I was like, nah, bro, they ain't.
Yeah. No. For Best Actress.
Best Actress, yeah.
Okay.
I think there might be one or two other now. I got to double check, but I think she may be still.
Didn't she get it for that? Yeah.
Oh wow! No, I'm gonna be nice. Let's move on to someone else. I feel like
we
I'm
need
being
to move on because I remember when it happened.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's how we get it. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna be quick. Next actor.
Let's switch it up.
Yeah,
we're gonna go back, and again, we just actually lost this gentleman this year.
Oh man! Oh yeah,
Mr. Portier.
Mr. Portier, I give him his props.
We've talked about him before.
Legend. Yeah, we did an episode on him.
Yeah, we did an episode about Mr. Portier before, but I had to bring him back up because when you talk about Black history and actors,
right?
Yeah,
you can't bring this name up. Like,
oh, definitely.
First Black man to win the Best Actor Oscar back in '64. You know, he was in a lot of Broadway plays. I think his most popular one was, or most important one was Raisin in the Sun. When he got and then he got playing what was he at? His first major picture was No Way Out, though, back in the 50s. So, but yeah, that the man is the man, the myth, the legend. Yes, Mr. Sidney Poitier. Again, condolences to his family as well this year. He recently passed. So
yeah.
But yeah, I had to. You know, we talking about that. I had to bring him back up.
Understandable, definitely understandable.
Another person along that same vein is Miss Tyson.
Oh yeah,
Miss Cicely Tyson.
Give her her flowers.
Yes. So, if you do not know, I need you to go do a whole 5-page research paper on Miss Cicely Tyson. If you don't know who this woman is, okay?
Can we not talk about research paper?
You did just finish doing a research paper. My bad, coach. My bad. Last year,
but still go do it though.
Yeah,
that's your 5, maybe 15 pages of work.
She released her memoirs. That was last year in January. So this time.
Oh, word! Oh, cool. Yeah. I didn't know that.
It's called Just As I Am, and I guess it was 3 days before her passing that it happened.
Wait, she passed too?
If I'm not mistaken, that was last year.
Yeah, really? Wow!
Wow! I don't even remember her passing. Yeah. Wow! I don't remember her passing. Wow!
Yeah, 28th last January.
Oh wow! That was the start of the year. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's we, as we said, we've talked about this before. It's like we are losing legends faster than we're replacing them.
It's ridiculous.
You know what I mean? In the areas of like the arts.
How many legends do we have left? Not a lot.
No,
I mean, we got some on this list, but it's
yeah. They've only been around maybe 20, 30 years. They haven't reached that iconic like 40, 50 years around in the game.
Right. I'm trying to see here. Another individual is. Let me see if I want to.
You ain't pulling Denzel yet?
Not yet. I got to go with Miss Gail Fisher though.
Okay.
First Black actress to appear on national TV commercials with a speaking line. Okay. This is back in '62. She passed back in 2000, but that was her contribution, like one of her larger contributions. She was also one of the first Black actresses to be nominated in the supporting category back in the day. and to win as well. So this is like she was in 70s TV shows as like secretary normally. But yeah. So as far as historically, she broke. That was the barrier that she broke for us moving forward. And that's Miss Gail Fisher. So if you all don't know, now you know. So as y'all can see, we're gonna make sure we educate y'all as we go through all of this stuff. And this is just actors so far.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. I know
right.
I know I'm thinking a few others off the top of my head. I'm like, yeah, I mean, some are legends, some been blackballed, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
But...
Oh yeah. Now this one here, I had forgotten. I felt bad about it. Miss Ethel Waters.
Ooh.
Yeah. If you know, you know. She was the woman. She basically integrated Broadway to the movies. Like she's the first black woman to do that, to get into Broadway. She started her own series. That was a primetime on. She got an Emmy Primetime Award. Second person to be nominated for an Oscar ever. You know, she was on all kinds of different shows. Again, back in the 70s, most people, unless you're older, you're not gonna know them. You know, like Daniel Boone, The Hollywood Palace, Counselor Law, stuff like that. Route 66. She had guest appearances on, off and on. But yeah, Miss Ethel Waters was a talented individual. If you like older movies and older shows, definitely give some of the stuff that she worked on a look. Okay, definitely. Of course, there's Denzel. I'm not pulling a picture of Denzel because if you don't know who Denzel is,
that's on you.
I'm gonna need you to come out from under that rock and behind the cave, not in the cave, but behind the cave, right?
Where in the cave Jesus was?
Whatever that cave was, right. The rock been rolled away. I'm gonna need y'all to know who this man is. Please and thank you. But yeah, Denzel's another one. Where was I looking at? We can switch over here in a second, but I wanted to look at one other person before we go.
I can name a couple.
Missing a lot of people, sir.
I told y'all, if you got a name, throw it out.
Morgan Freeman, I got Wesley Snipes.
Right.
Okay.
I was mentioning blackball with Ray Fisher, but okay. That's my blackball pick. But
one more.
Keenan Ivory Wayne. I mean, we got Robert Townsend.
Hold on. First off, do you see how many areas we got to cover?
I'm just saying.
I can't get everybody. But
like,
yes,
I know.
Go ahead. Who you want to talk about?
I'm just saying, look, I know we got to pay homage to the first of the first.
Right.
We got to talk about our ever.
Gotta pay the OG.
He came up with, bro. Like, come on, man.
Come on with it then. Bring them in.
I just named 5, bro.
That's what I said. Start talking. Who you want to go with first?
And they're like, come on, bro. All right, let's go Morgan Freeman, bro.
All right, let's go.
Legend. First of all, the man didn't start acting till he was in his 50s.
True.
And now his name is synonymous.
Most people don't know that about him.
You said what?
Most people don't know that about him.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why he was always old when we saw him.
Yeah. And now
that explains that.
The man's name is literally synonymous with God. Like people go,
True.
Who do you think of when you think of God? Oh, Morgan Freeman. Like what? It's a black man, mind you. Black man.
Yep. And speaking of Morgan Freeman, I know one of the South Park video games, I know he was like a super hard to beat hit boss. Like I think it was South Park Stick of Truth. Like if you kept messing with Morgan Freeman, he's like a hitting super boss, and you had to be properly equipped to beat him because he one shot everybody. He one shot your whole party.
Wow.
Makes sense. He Morgan.
True. I know we were talking about. True. Yep, I know we were talking about 80s and 90s, but we didn't even mention Robert Townsend, another person with a lot of black people, black actors.
Robert Townsend.
Yeah.
Because of Robert Townsend, people thought the 5 Heartbeats was a real group. They are not.
True.
You know what? That's a good
There
point.
is no 5 heartbeats, bro. Go look it up to the audience because I know you like what? No 5. Yeah, 5 heartbeats is not a real group. Temptations, real. 5 heartbeats, not. And those are the 2 movies that everybody put together. Like, oh well, which one you like more? Yeah, well, one is based on a real group.
I'm gonna get roasted for this, and I always get roasted about this. I've never seen the 5 heartbeats.
That's okay because they not real. But the movie is great. Mind you, I own the movie. The movie is fucking amazing. Okay. Is a house full of love. Like
we had, I mean, Robert Townsend bought us Media Man, bought us Hollywood Shuffle.
Okay. Black superhero. Let's get it on TV. The first one.
Yeah. No, wait. Didn't Blake Man come out before that?
Nah, man.
It's still around the same time though.
This is around the same time, yeah.
Yeah, still around the
Blank
same time.
Man.
Yeah, I always thought Blank Man came out before Media Man, but
let's find out. I will look it up. Y'all can talk while I look it up.
No. I was responding to Jay. Hit us up.
Oh, Meteor Man 93.
Out of town. Gotcha.
Blank Man 94.
Oh, I stand corrected.
Yes, sir.
I stand corrected. And we have Parenthood from Robin Townsend too. Don't forget that either.
Yeah.
We'll move on from him. Gotta mention that.
Yeah.
I was about to have him put back all these reboots and everything. I'm surprised they haven't done Parenthood yet, but that's another topic for another day.
So here's one that we do have to talk about, as you stated. I was keeping them towards the end, but since people want to go ahead and get started now.
Who, Wesley?
Yes.
Well, yeah. How you gonna keep him towards the end? We on actors right now.
The end of the actors section.
You literally said, and I quote, "All right, we gonna do one or more."
What?
Yeah, that's what you said. You said we gonna do one more before we move categories, and that's when I was like, "What? You missing mad people?"
Yeah, one more. That was before the category switch.
Exactly.
It was gonna be Wesley, then the one to switch the category.
This one, all right, go. Just keep going.
That's all I was saying. But no, I mean, if y'all got more, like I said, if y'all have them, throw them out
we
there.
Did. We just did.
What
I'm saying is, you said we was trying to hold Wesley to the end, but you literally was gonna end it. So you was about to pull up Wesley anyway.
This is true. I was.
Yeah, you about to pull a Star and Buckwild on us. Just cut the segment.
Again, like I said, I was looking at more of the historic ones. That was where I was going with it.
That's why I said.
But I get what y'all saying.
Doing historically, but we got to talk about our era.
True.
Yeah, that's why I brought up Bill Bellamy and Tommy Davis. That's why I brought those up.
We did. Yeah, you did.
So, all right, let's talk about Wesley and his first black superhero.
That's a whole thing right there.
That is.
We just literally just proved that Robert Townsend was the first black superhero, but okay.
Right.
Literally just
movie.
Let's talk about how it brought.
I said
back
movie.
Marvel. How about that?
I said movie. Yeah, that's what I said. Movie. Blade was the first black superhero movie. Meteor Man was not in theaters. My God. Neither was Blank Man. Shut the hell up. We talking silver screen, not no TV movie.
I was wondering how that was gonna go. Right?
Come on now, y'all knew exactly how it was going. And act like there's not a difference between in the theater and straight to television. Okay, we not about to do this.
What? What are we talking about?
we not about to do this. Okay. We not about to compare.
What happened was, right?
See, what happened was, I
We're not
mean,
about to compare straight to TV and.
But look, it was in Redbox, right? Though,
No,
and
we
then
listen.
I mean, it wasn't
no, I mean,
Blockbuster.
my bad, it was in Blockbuster. See,
We ain't red boxing either.
because that's what it was back then. It was Blockbuster
Hey,
or Family Video.
I'm sure I still have my Blockbuster card somewhere.
I think I have my Family Video card somewhere. I'm not gonna lie.
Legit.
Nah, I lost a lot of that stuff moving out my childhood home years, about 5 years.
But yes, so back on topic. Blade, Wesley Snipes. What most people see him as is Blade, but his catalog
is ridiculous.
Is stupid,
crazy,
expensive. Stupid. My favorite movie his though is still Demolition Man.
You know what? That's a good movie.
That was still my favorite.
I think Rod's is New Jack City though.
I think we had that conversation before.
Yeah, I think Rod's is New Jack City. Am I wrong, Rod?
What, for Wesley?
Yeah.
Favorite Wesley movie?
He wasn't in New Jack. My favorite Wesley movie. No, I said one of my favorite underrated of his was Down in the Delta, but
okay.
But what's your favorite Wesley movie?
Now that's a tough one. I almost want to say Demolition Man, but I'm just saying that I got to think about that one. That's a good one. I got to come back to you on that one.
Okay. But yeah, like that Blade was good. Don't get me wrong, but like his character in Demolition Man was him. That's what I'm gonna say.
You know what? Wait,
like that was him.
Oh no,
you said Blade.
I want to say New Jack City, but shit, was he in New Jack? I'm a brain fart right now. New Jack,
yeah,
then that's what probably.
I told you.
That's just straight.
I had a brain fart. I really just had a brain fart right now.
Like, bet you his is New Jack City, and he was like New Jack City. Like, yep, there we go.
I had a brain fart. I forgot that was him in there. I had a brain fart right now. That is one of my favorite Wesley roles. I'd say one of my favorites.
I'm like, we've talked about this before. I know I ain't going crazy.
No, I had a brain fart right now.
Okay,
I was thinking down.
It's the paper. It's throwing you through it.
I had a brain fart, but I was just like, one of my favorite roles is Down in the Delta, because you don't really see him play dramatic, and I always kind of respected that. Like, wow, you never see Wesley play like a serious role, and I always kind of respected that about Down in the Delta. I was like, oh wow, even though he's only like a big character in the movie, like, oh, Wesley could do serious drama if he wanted to. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
One of my favorite Wesley roles was Undisputed.
That's another one. That's another good one too.
Okay.
Because before he did it, I always like to myself, not even because of Blade. I mean, it was after Blade I started thinking it, but not because of Blade. Like just the way Wesley is built in stature, I always wanted to see him play a boxer. Like, and it didn't have to be like a professional boxer, which is why I'm glad his role in Undisputed was him playing a boxer, because it was this man is like the reigning heavyweight of a prison. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a street boxer, but the man had the technical skills. I've always thought, like, Wesley can fucking play a boxer and get that shit down. And just the way they did that role, like, he had the technical skills and all that, but his character himself was just a keep to himself, intelligent, just chill kind of guy. Like, yeah, you don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. The man literally was just in his cell building shit out of toothpicks. And we not talking about no like little domino sets and shit. This man is building Brooklyn bridges and shit out of fucking
true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, the patience you gotta have to build anything out of toothpicks.
Well, you remember how long he was in there? He had all the patience in the world.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. Yeah, because he was like that. Because his boxing to him was like his way to control his rage. And that one time he blacked out, he got him put in prison. So
I'm like, I love this role. Oh damn, I fucking love it.
Yeah, I would say for me the second one would have been Gallo Walkers though. An extremely underrated movie of his.
Which one?
Gallo Walkers.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
It was another vampire-esque one.
Mm.
But it was like it was a Western.
Okay.
It was a Western. Basically, the people they were, you know how some movies where they have people take over people's bodies.
Yeah.
Well, like
yeah.
they were like going town to town, basically taking people's skin off of them and wearing them.
What the hell?
What kind of Get Out movie is that?
It was cool, and he was like he was the executioner. So,
speaking of this, you know what else? I could see Wesley play a badass werewolf, bro.
I don't
now,
see it.
You know what? I'm gonna throw this out there because I always thought about this. Right now that you said that,
I can see it, bro.
That should be how Blade ends. I always thought that that's how Blade should have ended.
I'm not mad at that, bro.
It's him turning werewolf. I know he's half vampire, but think about it. If he got turned werewolf like half and half, and then started fighting.
You lost me. You lost me there. I'm like,
just saying.
That would be crazy, though.
I'm just saying, like the natural vampire's natural enemy is werewolf.
Right.
Yeah, I guess if Underworld told us anything, it's that's true. So you kind of lost me, but then I had to think about
that's just general lore and all together.
Right.
But like, if he could become, if there was a way that he no longer was vampire and turned to the other side, like him being a human wouldn't do anything for him because vampires are still gonna come after him, and now he done lost all his power.
Right. Fuck
so he would have to go to the other side.
Then nobody gives a damn about no human.
That's like an interesting 6-issue comic book series, honestly.
Right?
Might be on the side. Yeah, like a temporary, maybe a vampire werewolf bit him or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's you kind of lost me when I'm thinking about Underworld. Okay, I kind of see it. I had to think about another franchise to kind of put that one back in my head.
I feel that.
Right, because the werewolf that I'm envisioning ain't one of them like bulky ass super werewolf like the main dude that we love so much in Underworld, but like more of a like slim kind of ripped, just aggressive, fucking fast, like a stealthy fucking
like a stealth one
kind of werewolf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody
they're not like all beasts, like they can talk, like they've got consciousness.
Right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, there's an old cartoon right now, Fang Face. Jesus Christ, I don't know what just popped in my head right now, but
oh wow,
that's a throwback werewolf cartoon for you.
I know that you all want to talk about this. Y'all brought it up. The Ray Fisher.
Yeah,
Ray Fisher.
What was it you wanted to bring up about this one, Rod?
Okay, yeah, because I was reading an article earlier that said the Peacemaker finale. I still haven't watched Peacemaker yet, but the finale, that he got cut, and I don't know. I'm thinking he's getting black. I think WWE blackballed him all over because you haven't seen him in anything since the Snyder movies. Like since all that allegation came out. So I mean, I know we do have some
happened because I don't know. Like I haven't heard anything about it. So what happened?
Okay. So the whole Ray Fisher. To try to summarize it, he had beef with Joss Whedon with the way Joss Whedon portrayed him in the Whedon cut of the Justice League movie.
Mm-hmm.
He had beef with this. Now, when the Snyder cut came out, come to find out, you find out a lot of Cyborg's backstory and everything was erased from the Whedon cut of the Justice League
cut, right?
So it's kind of messed up. And then he said all that stuff about Joss, like, Joss Whedon didn't like, my character, or he just cut a lot of my stuff out. Nobody else's stuff really got cut out. And when you really watch this thing, like, damn, they did cut out a lot of Cyborg stuff. Like, damn.
Yeah.
And then I think he's still suing Whedon and Warner Brothers. So I'm guessing that's probably why his Cyborg didn't pop up in that Peacemaker finale. And Affleck too. I know Affleck's had beef with Warner Brothers right now too.
Right.
So it makes sense that their character it's just kind of suspicious. He's been kind of semi-blackballed. You haven't seen him pop up anywhere since then, or
Got
maybe
you.
yeah. I mean, because we do have actors that do get blackballed, black or not. But this is just
Yeah, yeah. Just in
we're talking
general,
about.
right?
It's unfortunate. Like, hopefully, maybe one day, maybe Tyler Perry give him a shot or something. I asked that. That's the way I see him coming back. Honestly, just maybe Tyler Perry or somebody grabs him for a movie. Honestly,
Got
because
you.
his portrayal of Cyborg was good. Was all right. Was all right to me. I'm just more used to the animated cyborgs from like Young Justice. I mean, I want Young Justice to come back. Not that I said that, but it's coming back. But I'm just more used to the OG Teen Titans Cyborg. That's what I'm more used to. And the Young Justice version of Cyborg has grown on me. So like I don't know, but I don't really like DC live action that much in the first place. Personal, just a personal preference.
Uh-huh.
But the Cyborg story in the Snyder Cut was good. That could have been his own movie if you'd have cut that up right. But
I can see that. I can see it. I mean, they definitely would have had to expand on it, but they could have had a cyborg movie come out. Honestly, they could have done a cyborg movie and then just had him in Justice League. You know what I mean?
Cyborg over Young Justice Cyborg every time.
Hold on, which one?
Teen Titan Cyborg
Oh,
over.
yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah,
yeah.
Young Justice Cyborg just hasn't been around enough to get that character development yet. And I think they're trying to make sure they're not like Teen Titans because I thought before season 4 went on its hiatus, I thought maybe Cyborg and Beast Boy would become more like besties, but they still haven't yet. And I think they're just doing that because they don't want to be anything like Teen Titans, which I think is sad because the way Beast Boy is right now, he needs a friend. He really needs a friend.
We do.
Beast Boy. So, all right, y'all can be mad at me if y'all want. I don't care. Beast Boy doesn't need a friend. He needs a handler. That's what Cyborg is.
Damn, nigga.
Wow.
I'm keeping it 100.
There's a boy part to that beast, you know.
There's a what? A boy? You said a boy part?
Yeah. To that.
No, but seriously, like if you think about how Beast Boy acts, who keeps him reined in? Who keeps him in check?
They friends too, though, nigga.
I get that, but I'm talking about as a writer, that's why they put him there.
That's fucked up. Man.
But I mean, it's real. Every friend group has that one wild, crazy dude.
Yeah.
And every friend group has that one person that can keep him in check.
Yeah, and you don't go. Yeah, that nigga, my handler.
But that's what it is. Like it's I'm not saying that's the best way, but that as a writer of the script, that is why they put him in there.
Okay, I can see where you're going.
Correction. I'm gonna say that's why his personality is the way it is, as far as Cyborg.
I'm gonna just say Cyborg need to keep him in check. I ain't gonna call it.
Think of it this way: if you think about Cyborg, when Beast Boy's not around, right? When Beast Boy's not around, think about how Cyborg acts.
Right.
He would be he would be groomed into a completely different character if he didn't have to be the watcher of the wild one.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, that's like
arguing with is calling the nigga his handler.
I see the problem with that. I see where vocab coming from. I see what he's saying. I get it.
I mean, he's not the one being handled.
Ability.
I mean,
but he is a person.
Yeah.
He's beast.
On a certain day between noon and 2, maybe. Otherwise, he's in his dog form, chilling on a sunbeam. Like,
noon to 2.
It's Beast Boy.
Noon to 2.
Yeah. Hopefully, Young Justice does put them two together. Maybe that's what you're probably right, Panda. You probably do need that. Maybe someone to give him a swift kick in the ass. I don't know what it is, but I'm just like,
right.
It's somebody who actually will spend time with. It's true. Handler is a very harsh word in that situation. It is.
He's a person.
But
He just needs someone to break him out of that funk he's in. And I get why he's depressed. I get it. That's one thing I did like about season 4 of Young Justice. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like I thought they would develop. I know Cyborg came on towards the end of the previous season, but it's just like get everybody know Beast Boy and Cyborg are besties. It's like get them two together already. Like you know what I mean? Like
right.
I don't know. Like I know we're talking about Raven. We segued all the way over to there, but it's a good point. When you think of Cyborg, you're going to think of Beast Boy. They're like
automatically.
They're like the Sonic and Tails of DC. You know what? That's a good comparison too. Now I think about it. Cyborg is the Sonic to Beast Boy's Tails. That's what he is. That's a better
opposite. It's the opposite. Sonic is Beast Boy. Tails.
Yeah, because Tails is the one that.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay. I had the characters mixed up. You're right. Yeah. Cyborg would definitely beat the Tails in that situation.
Yeah. But that was a great analogy. Honestly, yeah.
I guess that makes Robin the Knuckles if you go by the Teen Titan Go stuff. If you go by Teen Titans. I just thought about that. Well, Raven or Starfire is not going to be the Knuckles. Robin's almost Knuckles by default. If you think about it.
Starfire is Amy.
You know what? I can see that.
Starfire would be Amy, hands down. Raven.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Hey, watch me segue this perfectly into our topic, right?
Go for it.
Speaking of Knuckles, another great black actor is Idris Elba.
Oh, yeah.
Very true. Very true. That was good. I like that.
Yeah.
So, that he is another one. Most definitely.
Stringer Bell, Knuckles the Echidna, Luther. What else has he done over the years?
Shoot. Name it. Hobbs and Shaw more recently.
True.
What else?
Be the token black British man in Hollywood.
In everything.
True.
Right.
He's in everything. He was in
Luther. That was his other big thing recently. Harder They Fall, of course.
Of course.
True.
Heimdall.
Oh yeah, that's why he was Heimdall. That's right.
Heimdall. Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks.
He was in Star Trek Beyond. He's in Zootopia, which most people don't realize. He's Chief Bogo.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he got Knuckles the Echidna. Out of all, that's a great grab too.
That was a really good one.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was Shere Khan in the new that newer Jungle Book.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was. I forgot about that till you mentioned that. That's right.
Pacific Rim. Another great acting part for him. He was Mandela.
He was Mandela.
Yeah, he played Nelson Mandela, which is a huge honor.
Super huge.
Good for him. I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
And then with Knuckles, he's gonna have a Paramount Plus show too. Just to mention it while linking up Idris. So Knuckles gonna get his own series on Paramount Plus. So nothing wrong with that.
I'm gonna give y'all this one here for the ladies. There you go.
You gotta give it for the ladies.
Yeah,
that's for the ladies. There you are. He's also a DJ.
Yes,
that's right.
He is also a DJ. Which kind of segues us into the musician topic.
Perfectly.
Of our conversation today. Because there's so many people in any one of these categories. There are, when I say so many, like I could come up with at least 50 to 60 that are iconic to the culture.
Yeah, we could do part 2s, part 3s, even part 4s. Shit.
Like we could do a list. We could be here for months if we wanted to.
Especially in music, we'd be here all day.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and start
music.
Because again, I went old school historic, like I said.
All right.
But
first black musician. Vocab, fire.
Wow. Dialogue.
He pulled the die line.
Crazy.
You know, if we're gonna go OGs, we gotta put the respect on like Dizzy Gillespie, BB King. Gotta put them
BB.
OGs in.
Louis
Put them.
Armstrong,
Yeah, Louis Armstrong.
Paul
Yep.
Davis, yeah, all of them. Muddy Waters,
Aretha,
Yeah.
Chuck
Duke
Gotta-
Berry,
Ellington,
Yep.
Jimi
Gotta put it.
Hendrix. We could keep going.
Jimmy,
That's on the
Ray
old school.
Charles.
We-
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
ancient. We're going like old school
Patti
jazz,
LaBelle,
big band.
But I'll
Like,
say, like, here's what I don't think a lot of people get. Like this man right here,
Hey, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry. Ooh.
The inventor of rock and roll.
Right, exactly.
Right. Yes, sir.
The actual inventor of it.
That's right, sir. Duck walking cross stage, my nigga. Let's get it.
all the way. This man, Mr. Ellington.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Put some respect on his
one of
name.
the
Put some
key
respect.
figures in jazz.
Put some
It would
respect.
not be what it is today without this man.
Okay.
Or this beautiful woman here,
Speak on it.
Ooh.
Miss Fitzgerald, Ella Fitzgerald, First Lady of
Ella
Soul,
Fitzgerald.
Queen of Jazz. You know
Speak
what I'm
on it.
saying?
You can't bring up black music without bringing up black jazz, and I learned that when I was in college and when I took a history of jazz
I
class.
love jazz.
That opened my
You
mind.
cannot bring up music without bringing up black musicians in jazz.
That's
from back then.
Rhythm and blues.
All of it. The how alternative and rock and jazz and R&B and hip hop, all of that transcends
Listen,
from Chuck Berry, from Jimmy, from Ella, from Muddy Waters, from all of them.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
All
Notice
of that.
I did not say R&B. I said rhythm and blues. That's what R&B
Right,
stands
rhythm
for.
and
But it's
blues,
different.
which is
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is.
But it's different because rhythm and blues.
Completely.
We talk about Isley Brothers and
Yeah.
Temptations and
Yeah.
my
Tina
guy
Turner.
Smokey Robinson and you know what I'm saying? Not-
Stevie.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You feel me?
Shoot.
Talk
Yeah.
about the Temptones.
Not the
James.
10 song, Lord, not that 10 songs. That's comedy. Come
I
on now.
did that. Okay, listen.
Tiptoes.
James.
We're gonna say Tiptoes better than Five Heartbeats. Too.
Godfather.
You know what I'm saying?
Godfather.
The 5 heartbeats.
The 5 piece, you stupid. Motown, which that's a whole conversation in and of itself.
We could do a whole Motown
Speaking of which,
episode.
you said Motown, 'cause
The
I
whole
was gonna say it when you brought up Mr. Gerald Quincy Jones. My God,
Yeah.
like come on, son.
Yeah.
Etta James and
Smokey.
reference to Ella Fitzgerald, like
Hold on.
Mhm.
And let's not forget, because people miss me with this one. Sam Cooke.
see him.
Ooh, good point.
When
Good
they
point.
don't when they act like he had nothing to do with
The disrespect. The disrespect.
Black, the idea of black music has been. We could do a whole episode on that about how like black
Oh,
music.
definitely.
If it
Oh,
wasn't for black music, we wouldn't have a lot of the modern music we have now. Let's keep it a buck. Let's be
Oh,
100% honest.
100%.
Without black
100%.
musicians, you would not have a lot of the popular genres. You wouldn't have country music. You wouldn't have rock,
yeah.
hip hop, rap, rhythm and blues, R&B, hip hop, soul, neo soul. Do I need to go on? Can I take a drink and just
Please feel
start?
free, get you some water, revibrate, come on back and finish that list.
I'm
bro.
about to. We preaching here.
On
Like,
it.
you can't say you like T-Pain, but then you don't respect Duke Ellington. You can't
None.
say you like Tupac, but you don't respect Ella James. You can't say
Oh, heck
that
no.
you can't say you like Diddy, but
Somebody-
Diddy got most of his stuff from the 70s and 80s, and we got from Prince, and we got Michael
Hold on.
Jackson,
Diddy was
Janet.
the king of cropping stuff from everybody else, especially that older stuff.
Listen.
Like that,
If
we
you ask
gotta
me-
definitely do a music show. We definitely gotta do a music episode. Definitely do
The
a full
best
black
Michael
music.
Jackson was the black one.
I agree.
Mic drop. I agree with that 100%.
100%.
Listen, let me break it down because I talked to somebody about this and they was like, "What?" And I said, "Best performer, white Michael Jackson. Best vocalist, black
True.
Michael Jackson." You think I'm
True.
playing? Go listen.
No,
to
I can see that.
Go listen
I mean-
to the songs. Young Michael and Thriller Michael
vocals was on
were
point.
singing. Okay, they were singing. That was that black singing that with the A singing. You know what I'm saying? White Michael was singing, but his performance is legendary, and that's why he the king of pop. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the closest his vocals got back to me back in the day would maybe I just watched this documentary last weekend, but when he was doing Scream with Janet, I almost felt like old Michael.
That's because he was back with his sister.
That's facts. Because exactly, Janet brought him out.
I will say this though, because I watched Janet's. She did like a documentary.
I was watching it too. It was like
part of that too.
Yeah,
I saw the whole thing last weekend.
Yeah,
they didn't talk. That whole situation before Scream. They were like, her and Michael had not talked for months.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
And he was going through all that stuff with hanging the baby off the rafter, whatever.
When she said that, I was like, it makes sense.
It explains a lot. It explains a lot.
And then they came back. He was like, "Hey, yo, we should do this song." Da, 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 da. But we don't talk on a regular basis, fam. Like it goes into a whole nother conversation of just because somebody's family does not mean you have to interact with them.
That is
like
big fact.
Yeah, that's another
mental health issue that we will discuss at some other time as well.
Pin that and come back to it. That's definitely put that on the chalkboard and we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
But
that whole piece of that I thought was interesting. Since we were talking about the whole Scream thing, I wanted to throw that in there. But yeah. Either way, though, yes, those individuals, all of that and more, Prince, all of that, like Stevie, man is blind. Let's start with that. How many other blind artists do you know of? Musicians.
Ray Charles.
Good. Other than that. Now you just challenge. Now you made it a challenge. And did it.
I don't know any other blind musicians other than Ray Charles.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point.
I'm sure that there are.
Black period.
Yeah.
Well,
I know there are. You know what I mean? I'm sure there has to be somebody else that's famous.
But only a black person could do
that. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know what? I'm thinking about some other artists, and I'm thinking about it. We didn't bring up Little Richard. I just want to make sure we.
I'm just saying. Notice how both black blind artists play piano. That's all I'm saying.
Little Richard,
that's what I'm saying.
Hey, Little Richard. And I was just thinking of Little Richard. And I was just thinking about Why Do Fools Fall in Love. That just popped in my head right now. I was just like, ooh,
I'm just saying a wop bop do bop wop band boom. That's all I'm saying.
Got to mention James. I mean, like I said, we need to do a whole black music episode. The segment's just not going to do it justice.
I will say, I got to throw this name in there before we forget. Is
Beethoven. My bad.
Mr. Clinton.
No, he was deaf. See,
he was deaf.
No, George
not
Clinton.
Blind.
See,
right?
He's on blind. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
okay. I tried to give the white people one. I couldn't.
Beethoven.
Now they get the Bee Gees and that's it. They get the Bee Gees and that's it. That's all they get.
The Bee Gees was blind?
No, they were white.
Okay. But yeah, I know that. I mean, they got some artists.
But no, George Clinton. I just want to make sure that name gets thrown out there in this whole
Tommy
conversation.
Doe?
Huh?
Tommy Doe?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, can't forget LL Cool J too. But that, like I said, I'm just gonna throw that one in. And Will Smith too. Yeah,
LL is the originator of smooth rap. Okay, I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know I said this on the podcast. If it was Will Swift,
Nina.
Gotta bring. Yep.
Nina Simone.
Like yeah, like we would have to do a whole music episode just to give everybody that flower.
Black musicians, you.
Yeah.
We ain't got enough time in the world to talk
the
about that.
You know, Mr.
Cole.
Cole.
Yeah. We'd have to go in a hyperbolic time chair to even do this justice right now.
It's not even possible because every time we name one, another 5 are linked
to that. See?
I'm just saying. Right now, somebody's daughter is singing their heart out in the fucking shower right now.
Because of the word.
Yeah. And she's only 5. And she only 5, and she gonna grow up and become the next thing. I'm trying to tell you, listen, that's just the way black families work.
Yeah.
Even the ones who can't sing still be singing. We don't give a damn.
Hold on. I gotta throw this one in for the gospel. Miss Mahalia.
Facts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, had to throw that one in there. But yeah.
If we gonna go with the gospel, just all the whinings.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's the whole thing.
See? That's what I mean. We got to do a whole music show to do it justice. See,
Right.
That's what I'm saying,
we're
because
proving our point.
just off genre, as we go
Off
into
genre.
more genres, it adds another 1,000 artists. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just-
Yeah.
Now, we ain't even gonna talk about gospel because that's
a whole that's a monster in and of itself.
Black art, like you know what I'm saying? Even the biggest R&B singers right now, all of them, 90% of them is gonna be like, well, how you got started? Oh, I used to sing in the church.
Right.
Yeah, you made at least a good 70. 70 sounds about right.
That's at least 75%. Even the gods.
That all the guys did. All of them
every female R&B singer started in the church. Well, mom made me sing in the choir, and I knew that I wanted to sing this kind of music instead. And blah,
I miss classic R&B, like the groups and that. We can say that for the music episode. I can go nostalgic. I don't want to go
classic stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Like, see, we would have to do a show like that. We would have to like do that. Find a way to do that off stream, or we would have to only be able to do a live stream if we do a music show.
Oh, that's
the reason I say that
it would have to be. It would have to be.
It would have to be because we can't play what we would need to play, like music wise, without getting copyright struck. You know what I mean? So
that sucks about that. Yeah,
that's the only thing. Like we would have to. It would have to be a one-time live stream, and we just talk music and go. So
it's too much, bro. It's too much. It's too much.
So yeah.
And what's the next one? We might as well get on music. We'll be here talking music all night.
We gotta get on music because it's too much.
So we will come back to music, y'all. But as y'all heard the names, the main piece I want to make sure everybody takes away from it is there would be no music the way it stands today without the black artists that started it.
That's right.
Period. Period. If you don't believe me, go look up where every song came from that you think is an old song by any other artist. And I promise you, the roots will fall back to somebody that was an older black artist in some way or another.
It sucks.
So, just one of those things that unfortunately is what it is.
It's just what it is.
I want to hit on the artists first, if y'all are okay with that.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
This one, I'm not gonna lie, I had to do some research.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, I don't know as much as I should about our black artists. I'm talking about visual artists.
I'm gonna start off with Infamous J.
Say it again.
I'm gonna start off with Infamous J.
Well done. Unfortunately, we don't have a picture of the man of mystery. He is currently out and about, but you all know his face. You've seen him here before.
You know
Infamous J.
He's saving the world right now.
As we call him, Grizzly J. He'll be back later.
That's facts.
But I do want to start with one Mr. Basquiat.
Okay.
This guy, he's from the 80s. His paintings basically he collaborated with Andy Warhol at certain times. Like he's a Brooklyn guy, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's from Brooklyn, Haitian American.
Brooklyn B.
Let's go.
I think he's Haitian American and Puerto Rican, something like that.
Oh, that's a mix. That's a mix right
combo.
there.
That's a hell of a mix.
Right, but he is from Brooklyn. He is responsible for being one of the starting people with the whole neo-expressionism as far as the painter goes. Working with Andy Warhol with that. So he's self-taught. The man is good. Let me pull up something here for you just so y'all can see what I mean by this. And again, when it comes to art, you got to make sure you understand your genres as you're looking at stuff. So he worked with neo-expressionism. Forgive me. Let me pull something up here. I'm gonna download this one for you all to see. Unfortunately, it wasn't letting me pull it the way I wanted to. Boom. So here's this one. Now, to most people, that don't seem like much, right?
Mm-hmm.
That picture sold for 41.7 million
Say
in
what
Hong Kong.
now?
It makes sense when you said that he came up with Andy Warhol. Because listen, trying to get an Andy Warhol piece, you shelling out some.
Oh,
big.
major though.
Oh yeah.
Major though.
So when you take that into consideration,
the last time I think it was sold for 41.8 million, 48.8 million.
That's
The last time it was sold
wow.
in 2013.
Mm.
I wonder what made him draw that though. Because that's interesting.
And that's the thing. Who knows?
It
is expression at its finest.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's crazy.
Those who don't know, basically neo-expressionism, and I'll give you the direct definition. It's a style of late modernist and early postmodern painting and sculpture that emerged in the late 70s. Basically, it's a portrayal of recognizable objects, usually human bodies, with an abstract design to it. Usually, it's a rough or a violent, emotional look to it in some way, and usually it's a lot of vivid colors. So that's the genre of art that he worked with. I'll give you another one that he did, just so you get a general idea. We'll do this one. Let me move this one out the way here. I'm just gonna move it over. Here you go. Boom.
Is that self-portrait?
That's it. Could be an interesting take on a self-portrait.
That's what I'm saying. It is?
Yeah.
I could tell. It looked like him.
Good eye.
I could see it. Like, because the picture that you have up there right now
of him, right?
I can see it. Like I can see it.
So when these rappers are like, they say the name Basquiat, that's who they're talking about.
I like
a man whose art is worth millions.
Low-key popular.
You know what I'm saying? A man whose art is worth millions on millions.
How much they sold that one for?
That one, I don't have the numbers on that one.
Oh, that's crazy. I like that.
I don't have the numbers on that one.
That's fire.
So that's one I wanted to make sure that we talked about. Another individual. Let me pull up the next one here. Is I'm gonna go old school, and this one is a Miss Augusta Savage. Here we go. Boom. She was a sculptor. Harlem Renaissance. She was an activist. She was an arts educator. She was born in 1892. So we're talking about old school now, right?
That's past old school, nigga.
She was a sculptor during the Harlem Renaissance. This is one of the pieces that she did, actually.
That's fire.
Yeah. But
I've always admired sculpting. Like that's nothing that I would ever want to do, but like it's just how you make shit sculpting. You know, it ain't like, not that it's not hard to paint, but like it's way easier than sculpting. That shit is crazy.
Could be.
I feel that.
Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as doing it, like the expression is probably just as hard, you know, creativity and stuff. But like physically painting is not as strenuous as physically sculpting something. Like you're literally chiseling a block of in whatever you use in stone, marble, granite, whatever. But like you're sitting there. Like, this shit wild, bro. This shit wild.
So I'm gonna give y'all something here. This was commissioned by her. I don't know if y'all know it or not. Y'all ever heard of the harp?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what a harp is.
No, the harp.
The instrument?
It's a sculpture.
Oh, all right, never mind. Man.
It's called the harp. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna show y'all this. You all are both from New York.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me if you have ever seen this.
I ain't never seen that.
Me either.
It looked like black people making a harp, so I see why it's called the harp.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, me too. Unless it's in Staten Island, I probably I haven't seen it. But
yeah, because I ain't never been to Staten Island. I ain't gonna hold you.
Me either. Keep telling people most real New Yorkers don't go to Staten Island, but
it's supposed to be in the courtyard of the Pavilion of Contemporary Art in New York. It was made for the New York World's Fair in '39. It was commissioned by her to make. It's for Lift Every Voice and Sing, but it's called the harp.
Oh, I like that.
It makes a lot of sense.
So, but yeah, that is supposed to be where it is still. My understanding is still there today. But that's like her most famous work. Took her almost 2 years to complete that. Wow. So it's based off the Lift Every Voice and Sing piece.
I rock with it.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
So again, just history. You know what I mean? I feel like there's certain things that we don't know, and since we don't know, we don't look into it or we don't think about it. You know what I mean? Which unfortunately is why most of us feel like we are separated. You know what I mean?
Right.
From some of our history.
Oh yeah.
There are a lot of others that we can go through. I am gonna pull this one up here, and you know what? We're gonna do this because I'm just gonna pull up the actual webpage that I got this one from.
It's so slow.
Do 45, 47. Don't judge me, y'all.
Hey, it's not black, but I like it.
I felt the judgment. It's okay though.
I see fire and fire. That doesn't look like Fire Force, so I don't know what this is. I would say.
Oh no, sorry, that's my screen background.
No, I know it's screen. That's your screen.
It's that's Reborn.
Ah,
that's Reborn. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This comes from.
I told you about it, bruh. This is my show.
You told me that it gets crazy, but like.
You ain't believe me.
I ain't think it got this crazy,
bruh. Oh, it gets legit. This is nothing compared to what it gets.
It's like 8 seasons, bruh.
Yeah.
It's bad enough Bleach has like 20 seasons.
Yeah, it gets.
I started watching Bleach when Bleach came out, so it's okay. I'm there with it. Speaking of which, Bleach coming back, but to start and watch 8 seasons, I don't know, bro. And don't use the fact that I rewatched One Piece against me, but because One Piece my GOAT, so it's different. That's
I'm
crazy.
sorry.
I would
Everything
not,
that I had just dropped out on me.
I would
So-
not had.
Here it is.
That is
Boom.
okay. Well, there you
Here it is. So this is what I found, and this is just 13
Ruth Millington.
that we're looking at here of modern black artists. So, and I'm just gonna go through names.
Okay, let's go through names.
Robert Duncanson.
Oh, what's it called? Pull your thing up big.
Oh,
Yeah, full screen it.
Yeah, they don't need to see us.
Yeah, we ugly. No, stop.
boom. There you go. There we are. So, sculptor, and I believe in 1841. Yeah, 1841,
1841.
Yeah, 1800s. He was supposed to be going to Europe before he even started painting it. Like he was like, "Yo, this is so good." Before he even finished it, they was trying to get it out of his hands.
Okay, for sure.
Right. This particular piece here, again, we're looking at 1800s, 1877 to 68. Meta Fuller. I'm not gonna know how to say that middle name there, but you see how that goes. Born in 77, she was known as a poet, painter, and sculptor, and had a horror-based style based on racial injustices. So, martyr for freedom. You see, like there's always something to her pieces from what they were saying.
I was about to say, black people was allowed to sculpt in the 70s?
We did what we wanted to do, just like we always do.
70s?
When has that ever stopped us from doing anything?
Right, we did what we wanted to do whenever it was. Like, let's be real here.
You right.
Hey, Nito, how's it going, man? Appreciate you swinging by. Hope the stream went well. We are going through just some black artists. We did this was actors earlier and musicians, and so just some historic black artists as well. So,
hey, before you read it, let's take a bet. Is that a llama or is that a sheep? Or is it a goat? Or is it neither?
Probably neither.
I'm gonna say either. Neither.
I think it's neither also. Because them horns.
I'm thinking ibex.
It could be an ibex. It could be
I'm thinking ibex. Just because of the horn structure.
Right. I'm thinking about the horn structure.
Could just be a work in progress.
It's an African animal.
She was in the middle of working on it. Right. She clearly was in the middle of working on it. But but yeah. So Edmonia Lewis, like I said, I apologize ahead of time. I wanted to get these names out to people though, just so they can go look them up. Because this is artists are not known by many people. Like I've never heard anybody have a conversation about black artists. Heck, I've never had anybody have a conversation about artists in general.
I was about to say, I low-key don't really be having conversations about artists in general. Like artists, you know what I'm saying?
Like unless we're talking about like comic book artists or something like that. And even then,
or like personal people I know, like how I say Jay at the beginning.
Right.
Like, but like professional artists, like I'm about to go to the museum to look at this. I don't really be talking about that, you know what I'm saying?
But it's something that we should be.
I appreciate art though. Like when somebody's like, look at this piece, I'll be like, that's fire or that's beautiful. But like I don't personally like look, it's crazy. We should be. You're right, we should be.
But there's like we can give them a nice answer, and we can give them the real answer. Why we don't see many.
Why? Go for it. I really want to have that conversation too.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna casually bring it up, but okay. Yeah. I'm thinking because we don't hear a lot about black artists, especially when it comes to like non-comic book or acting or anything, because we always get pushed out of the arts. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's parents, schools, church.
Talk about it.
See, I'm trying to be nice about it. I made me bring it up. I was just gonna casually just make the point. But let's keep it a buck. We know why we don't see a lot of black artists. I mean, we're barely getting more access. We're barely having like comic book I know we'll get to writers and everything in a second here. But when it comes to writers are just now being accepted. Comic book writers are just now being accepted. we're
Mhm.
probably still another 20, 30 years away from black artists to be taken seriously. Let's keep it a buck. That's why. Let's keep it a buck.
But
We
do
know
you
that.
feel it is our job to educate ourselves to start passing on that trend?
Oh yeah, it's definitely we should be archiving it. Especially where we're in an age now where we can digitally save things, we can digitally
Mhm.
look up this type of stuff.
That's right.
So like I said, maybe another 20, 30 years. I mean, shoot, I know people who've been frying on NFTs. I won't be surprised. That's where a lot of black artists get their shine, but that's a theory for another day.
Okay.
But let's be honest, black artists are never really taken seriously. So that's why you only have maybe that one person who we just mentioned so had a I mean that sold the painting for $41 million. Let's be honest.
Basquiat. Yeah.
Yeah, let's be honest. That's why did you
Is
want
that
to
his real name, Basquiat?
Yeah, that's his last name.
That's fire. Oh yeah, you say Haitian? That's right.
Yeah, I think his dad is Haitian American.
Yeah.
His mom was Puerto
Because
Rican.
that's definitely some.
Yeah, you definitely see the front. That's definitely Haitian.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. I forgot.
It's Jean something
Yeah,
Basquiat.
that makes so much sense. First of all, 1 in every 5 Haitians' first name is Jean.
Ah,
You know what? Yeah, something
It's a
like Haitians I knew in
stereotype.
college.
It's a lot
Yep.
of them, bruh. It's a lot of them. I'm lying.
You ain't
Y'all
lying.
don't take me literal, but there
Nah,
is a lot.
he ain't lying, y'all. He ain't lying, y'all.
do me a favor. I want y'all to take a look at this one here.
Oh, I like
Okay.
it.
I'm
That's a
gonna
banjo too.
make this
First
big
of all,
screen real
black
quick.
people playing banjos.
So this one is from Joshua Johnson. Again, 1700s
Yo, what is
time
with
frame.
the 1700s? Bro?
Look at the brush. Hold up. No.
The brushstrokes. Say it.
Yes.
I know. That was the first thing I peeped.
Oh wow, that's
Brush
a
strokes
that's
on
a
this bad boy.
1700s. That's a lot of skills
That's
for
what
that
I'm
era.
saying, bro. 1700s, bro. I mean, but then again, when you think about the stuff that we learn about, like in Greek and Roman history, and the fact that those people was doing that stuff in like before, like BC and stuff, like you know what I'm saying. So, we talking about
Right here.
Johnson's life is quite the mystery. Due to his initial status as a slave, however, he received his freedom in 1782 and began identifying himself as a portrait painter by 1796. His most notable work in our modern world is his painting called The Westwood Children, now in the National Gallery of Art.
Stop right there. First off, he's self-taught. First off. Second off, the man was he was free from slavery. Again, people talk about how it was a long time ago. That wasn't that long ago.
Listen, if we really want to get into how it wasn't that long ago, your great grand
Was a
parents
slave.
were right. Like
Yeah.
we not
About 5, 6 generations out from being a slave.
literally, bro.
No,
Like,
2. We are 2 away.
What?
we like 3 away. We like 3 away.
I was like,
My grandmother is 82. It's
Mine-
2000, 2002. So she was born in what? 60? I know I should know this. I really should. But you get what I'm saying.
Nah, she was born way before the 60s, fool. You said she 82.
50s.
40s. Sir.
40s?
Yes.
No.
30s.
1940, bro.
No, if she 82, hold on, hold up.
1940, and if her birthday is not in January or February, then 1941.
Hold on, let
True.
me calculate that. You said 82?
Y'all, he's the math person.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm right. I'm like, bro.
He's the math person. I'm not gonna quote him. I'm not gonna like go back on that. Duh.
Wow,
right.
1940s
He
was
right,
80
but he
years
does
ago.
math
Oh my
too.
god.
I'm not
Yeah,
messing
let
with
me break it down the soft way. 40 to 100 is 60
it. Right, it's
years.
60.
And then we're
Plus
in
20
the 20s.
is
right.
80. Right.
Yeah,
So that's
1940.
1940.
Right.
Jesus
Which
Christ,
is
that made me feel
if
old
her
as hell right
mom-
now.
Let's say her mom was 30 when she had her. I don't remember how old her mom was when she had her, but let's say her mom was 30 when she had her. That puts you at what? 18.
1800. That's what I said. 3 generations.
Okay, so 3. You're right. I was
Right,
thinking
yeah.
2. So yeah, you're right. 3.
Because your grandma would be the 2 generations up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were there 4. Okay, I was a
It's
generation off. Okay.
literally
Still 3
18
to
months.
4. Either way,
And
you're right.
what I just
Either way,
found
you're right.
out because of I saw a commercial for a movie that's coming out with Keke Palmer, and I was like, at first I was like, oh, another slave movie, and then I like watched the commercial, and I was like, oh, okay, it's about a woman who like goes back to fight against, like her oppressor.
Okay.
Whatever. I was like, that's fine. It's not a slave movie. It's more of a like get back movie. But my nigga, this is in the 70s. Okay, it's in the 70s. It's based on a true story, and it's said in parts of the deep South there were people who were still slaves in the 1960s, bro.
Yeah.
1960. My mother was born in 65. My father was born in 64, bro. There were people who were still slaves on plantations. Like, this is why I be talking to people about like how I like just don't like being in Alabama or like South Georgia and stuff like that, bro. Because they still have cotton fields there, and I mean, because people need cotton, like, but when I drive past that stuff, because I'm one of those people who like drive rather than fly, unless I'm going far, obviously. But
Right.
it's unsettling, bro. Like, I took some pictures. My aunt turned 50 last year or the year before, and she lived in Alabama, and we drove to Alabama, and I took pictures because we were driving through cotton fields, bro. And I literally, the whole time I was there, that I was not right next to my family, I was like, I felt like every white person there wanted to kill me, bro. And I know that's not what it is. Like, people are smiling at me, waving at me. I'm in the hotel, like, this guy wants to hang me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I know that's not what it is, because they're literally talking to me like, hey, how's your day? You know what I'm saying? But I just couldn't help but feel that way. It's spooky, bro. It's spooky.
It's so again, this is a whole nother we come up with so many topics. I swear we're gonna be hit by the end of the month.
I don't even want to talk about that topic, to be honest, bro. Because every time I think about stuff like that, like,
I
makes
will
me
say this
uncomfortable.
as we'll move past it because I understand the unsettlingness of it.
Yeah.
Spirits reside in places.
That's facts, bro.
Oh, that's so true.
The
Ghosts do
spirits of
exist.
those who will pass still reside in those places. The spirits of those who were wronged reside in those places. And so those who are more spiritually attuned, just being in the area can
Legit.
cause, yeah,
It's
it
real,
can
bro.
cause things to become quite apparent.
Yeah, it's wild, bro.
So I'll for that conversation, like I said, I'll leave that at that. But
Yeah.
spiritual attenuation is definitely a conversation that we can have at some
That's
point
definitely a
in
thing.
general.
Definitely a thing.
But yeah,
Woo!
I wanted to show that picture off about Mr. Johnson because, like I said, it's so what was it, 10 years, 12 years after he was freed, he got work in the National Art Museum.
That's nice though.
12 years. And he's self-taught.
That's fine.
Like, it's like we were talking about being blind and still playing an instrument.
Right. Yo, black people are amazing, bro.
You know.
We just are. It's crazy. It's crazy.
They are amazing.
We're so
not my thing is, and this is the biggest piece that I want to make sure that we talk about. The art that we're showing here is not. This is a Miss Kara Walker. She was born in 1969. She's still alive today.
Right.
She's still alive today. This is one of her images that she did of
Barack.
Mr. Obama.
It's done well too. Looking great. Look just like him.
But the images that most people think of when they think of our art are native.
Oh, I would say abstract.
No, like native, like cultural paintings, like you know what I mean?
Right,
Etchings or things that like they think of it as a primitive art form.
right.
Right.
And it's like
No,
anything you can do, I can do better.
that's right.
Classic song.
Like I love that song because it means so much. You
Yeah.
know, that song means so much, especially for black people.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wish, I guess kind of a side note, I wish that we would embrace it more. Like that should be our theme song. You know, not I'm gonna take it from you. Even amongst ourselves. I'm okay with people being like, I can do it better than you. Cool, show me.
Yo,
Because
facts.
if you
Because
can,
I know
because
there's
if you can do it better than me, you didn't take it from me,
right.
Put up or shut up.
right?
That's facts.
And so you don't have to worry about somebody stealing your stuff because now they want to prove that I can do it better than you. Which means now they're gonna go put in that work. They're gonna put in that manpower, that man hours to not so that all credit goes to them. You know what I mean? Like if every drug dealer that we have in our community
Mm-hmm.
had that mentality, anything you can do, I can do better. Right? Well, if you can do better than me, for starters, that means you grew your own or made your own.
Yeah.
Right?
They might be growing their own for sure.
I'm just saying. But they grew their own or made their own.
Right.
That means you can go out there and market effectively
Mm-hmm.
without hurting anybody.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't need to go to war with somebody if I can do this better than you.
It's facts.
Makes
Because
sense.
that just means, guess what? They outdid me.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no reason to go fight you. Ain't no reason to go kill you. I got. Cool.
Now I got God.
I got. They one up me. All right. But people want to let their ego get in the way and not just be like, you know what?
That's why people
All
be
right,
dying.
you got this round. I got next round. Like
That's why people be dying.
it's life should be like a spades game. A healthy spades game, mind you.
People be dying over there too, though.
I said a healthy spades game.
Talk about
There's
an oxymoron.
a key word to that.
That is an oxymoron.
You got this round. I'm gonna come back and get you next round. I'm gonna still talk my stuff, but you got me this round. I'm coming back next round.
What?
It should be a family time. Should be just that family time. It shouldn't be I gotta beat you. Not I gotta beat you, but I gotta outdo you all the time.
I gotta run this Boston, bro.
Mm-hmm. Run that Boston.
Okay, correction, because I just took back what I was saying. It's not like there's nothing wrong with being competitive with each other, but there's no reason for aggression to come into the play.
That's right.
Okay.
You shouldn't, because someone did something better than you, your pride should not have been hurt. If you truly did the best that you could do, then you have nothing to be ashamed of.
That's facts. Because somebody doing that don't mean that you're not good.
It doesn't mean you're not good. It just means they were better than you at this particular juncture.
That's facts, bro. Because listen,
and it's not even they're better than you overall. It was just today wasn't my day.
I mean, they might be better than you overall, though.
They could be, but I mean, think about like NBA players.
That's all. I literally was just about to say, Michael Jordan is the GOAT, but that don't mean LeBron ain't getting ridiculous.
Ain't up there. Exactly. Like the relationship that Michael and Kobe had. Everybody was always like, Michael versus Kobe. Michael versus Kobe. They were cool. They kicked it with each other.
Legit.
They each, if you watch any of their documentaries about the other, it was always this man makes me a better player.
Yeah, and Kobe got to actually play against Michael,
Yeah,
which LeBron did not. So
that's one thing I wish that would have happened.
yeah,
Like, but he did get to play against Kobe, if I'm not
He
mistaken.
did, yeah,
He
for
played
the
against
most
Kobe
part,
though. Yeah,
for a good
which
time.
it was like that was like the passing of the torch. Let's be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Now I have Kobe as my number 2, but we're not gonna get into sports.
Today is not a sports day.
Wait, actually, is that on our docket?
Sports
Black
is not on the
sports.
docket. It was not on
Okay.
the docket. We can't do a small portion of it next week though.
Because black athletes is a whole. That's another musician type of joint. Okay.
Yeah, that is a
Black
whole
people
show.
have the audacity. I'm gonna say audacity to go into somebody else's sport and then conquer that motherfucker. They do that shit. Okay, I'm just saying. Did you know
True.
white people made basketball? That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, I know that. I've seen that.
That's all I'm gonna
Seen
say.
Seen those Peachtree videos back in the day. I've seen it.
Okay, I just. That's all I'm gonna say. It's self-explanatory. White people make basketball. White people make basketball. That's all. Okay.
I mean, we did have that AI versus T-Mac versus last night. I don't know if everybody watched that, but
wait, what?
What happened?
There's an AI versus T-Mac?
Yeah, it was a versus last night.
Was it fire? Because that sounds.
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was playing Legend Arceus. I kind of forgot about it.
I was writing the paper. You know what I'm saying? As we know,
right.
I literally finished right before the street. Like,
literally, he just finished up.
If y'all want to see how much I love y'all, I've been talking about how I wasn't going to make this stream because of me writing this
all
paper.
week.
And
that all week.
Can vouch. I literally showed up at 6:58, like, yo, I just typed my last word. At 6:58 for us to start at 7. If you guys are in Central, then 6. And if you're in Pacific, then at 4. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have anybody in the Mountain Time Zone. I don't know nobody over there, but
no, but it was last night. It came on really late too, so that's probably why it came on like 11:30 Eastern.
It sounds fire, bro.
Yeah, I think Versus was trying to test out a sports versus. That's all. I saw like a little clip of it. It was like AI was on one side, T-Mac was on the other. Like
highlights versus highlights? Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That sounds
that would have been cold.
Fire, bro.
That would have been cold.
That sounds so
AI versus T-Mac. I'm gonna have to look that up now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to because that
it's probably on Versus YouTube channel, if anything.
And that I'm like,
hold on, let me see if it's on Versus YouTube channel. I'm gonna check real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Right, because I do follow Versus.
Let me check real quick here.
I might
interesting.
I might edge that to T-Mac. I might edge that to T-Mac.
I don't know.
I think I'll go with AI though. It's a coin.
The fan of AI in me and what he did with handles, you know, because he revolutionized handles in the game.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it right.
AI, but I think T-Mac might be a better all-around player.
Okay, so I'll take you one.
Going highlight for highlight.
We weren't supposed to talk sports. All right, look. I got one.
No, there's a video. There's a YouTube video of it.
Okay.
I did see someone stream it. So
okay.
I don't know if Versus took their video down or not. I don't know, but I do see when I searched Versus, I did see AI versus T-Mac.
I see
T-Mac. Okay.
If we got any sports fans in here, y'all go ahead and comment who you think took it. And when we watch the video, we're going to come back and talk about it.
Yeah. But I'm going to throw this at you.
That sounds fire.
Who was the better overall player? T-Mac or Muggsy?
What was it, multi-bowls? Oh.
Yeah.
That's hard because there's things that Muggsy physically can't do that T-Mac can do.
True.
But at the same time, because of his limits, he has to be a better all-around player.
Right.
So, like, That's really a toss up because literally by being able to do more stuff,
Right.
that would make you better all around, but also having to develop more skills
Skills to
makes
get
it
around
right.
people like that.
Right.
Right.
So it's a toss up. However, I would say the better basketball player is T Mac. So
T-Mac.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
I mean,
without a doubt.
a more fair fight would probably be Spud Webbs and Muggsy Bogues,
Yeah,
to be honest.
That's true.
That would be
Yeah,
true.
but I think it is NBA All-Star Weekend after all, too.
it
so-
is. It is. The dunk contest is tonight. I think that bitch started at what 8? So it already
Yeah, on
started.
8 or 9. So yeah,
Oh, it's 10 now, so it's done. I'm sure.
yeah,
It's
I'm
over.
yeah. Not
pretty
even.
much.
Yeah.
I'm
Hopefully
sure.
it was good. I wonder if only one I ever cared about was a 3-point contest, but that's just me.
That would have been earlier today, I believe. So
Yeah.
I heard surprisingly the Rising Stars game yesterday was good.
Yeah, the
Really?
celebrity game was a blowout from what I heard. No, it was awful.
Oh,
Did Kevin Hart come back?
Mm.
He said he not coming back, bro. Cause he like there's like what do you want from me? Which I get, bro. He's a 4-time MVP. Like
I come back.
what do you do? Was like I did it, bro. Like, and I kept doing it. I repeated
Right.
it every time I came back. Clearly, I'm the better basketball player of the celebrities that play in the game.
Mhm.
I'm like, I get it, bro. I get it.
Makes sense.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Makes total sense.
Right. Like, I mean, hey, like, what's the point? Just sit on the sideline because you know he's there. He's just not in the
Right.
game. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel you. I did that already. I'm gonna just watch y'all do it.
he's like, go have fun, play.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? And him and the all-star group, I call them, and they're all like really good friends for real. Like Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, and what the hell?
Chris Paul.
Wade. I said Chris Paul already. He was the first one I said actually.
Dwayne Wade.
Oh God. Yeah, Dwayne Wade was the one. They're all like really good, and Kevin Hart is part of that group.
Oh, so he's part of the banana boat too.
I'm like, Kevin, I don't know how you made it into the banana boats because they all over a foot taller than you. They all athletes. Your ass is a comedian, but I mean, you made it in that bitch, and they are close. Like they be at each other's house all the damn time and shit. So I was like, that's what's up, Kevin. Do you think? I saw a picture of him with LeBron and Carmelo. I think it was last week or some shit, and they were laughing. Oh yeah, at the Super Bowl. There was a Super Bowl, and he was like, "Yo, this is all we do, bro. We just laugh and enjoy each other's company." You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with that.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Look, that is how it's supposed to be when you.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, I love it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up. That's
enjoy each other, man. It's the world need more love, man.
Facts.
Oh, I love it. Big up black people, man.
Yeah. Stop the violence. More love.
Stop the violence, more love. Panda, where the hell you went?
Yeah, where did Panda go?
How you gonna disappear?
Panda got Panda napped, y'all.
I'm saying.
Well, we had to look. We just doing the artists. Yeah, anything left?
Yo, listen, this verses though, like I can't. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, I might have to sit and watch that one.
I had like highlight versus highlight. Like that's obviously they gonna pull out the AI crossing Michael.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Obviously they're gonna show the T-Mac 13 points in 30 seconds with Houston. Like, so you already know those two are winning. Whichever one those go up against, they win in that category unless they go against each other. Ooh, shit.
Right.
I feel like AI has more highlights than T-Mac. Maybe that's just me, but
I mean, maybe they just went off of how many ankles got broke.
I think it's about close because remember when T-Mac was here in Orlando, there was legitly a time where he was thought of as the best in the league at a point.
True, but
At
AI
his
was
position,
gone at
at
that
his
point.
position. So, and it happens for AI too. So that's what I feel like it's a toss up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to see the highlights, but
Right, that's what I'm saying. We gotta see it. We gotta see it. And then we could be like, yo, you know what? I think AI took that. But I don't think it's by any means it's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be somebody's
It's gonna be
edge
neck and
the
neck.
other. Yeah, it's gonna be like
it's a judgment. You're definitely going to the scores card on that one.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It might be like, yo, AI had 3 more highlights or
Yeah,
T-Mac had
T-Mac did his thing. Don't get me wrong. He did his thing, but I think AI just might have got the edge on it just a little bit.
He might edge it. He might edge it.
All right, let's get back on. Let's finish out this last topic here.
All right.
Let's get it.
This one here is near and dear to my
you know, once
heart.
again, I'm gonna say myself too again.
Near and dear
But
to my personal heart.
I'm also throw Panda in this one too, and I'm gonna throw Rod in this one, and I'm gonna throw Jay in this. All right, listen, if y'all didn't know, the way we came together was because of this. Literally,
right? The love of this topic itself, right?
We literally exist because of the blurredness, but this is the part of blurredness that brought us together. Go ahead, tell them what it is. Black what?
And black
authors.
Black writers.
Black writers. Black authors.
We all writers.
I want to start off old school, and I think with you being in school right now, I know you've dealt with this individual probably at least a couple times in class.
Most likely. Let's go. Who you going?
Where's the picture of the man at? Where is that?
Is it a guy or a girl?
It is a guy.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. I got like 2 in my head, but let's see the picture.
He got an afro? Okay. It was a different
James
guy.
Baldwin.
James Baldwin.
Think about a different guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody. James Baldwin was not who I was thinking of.
Yeah, James Baldwin though.
Go hard though. Don't get me wrong. Just not who I was expecting first.
Yeah. So there's a clip that he did, an interview he did that I want y'all to watch. I want us to have a conversation about that one day.
Okay.
About the black man. Huh?
I said you want us to watch. I thought when you said it, I thought you was talking about the audience. Like
everybody. I want everybody to watch it.
Then
but I do mean us.
Conversation about it, and I was like, oh, you mean us?
Yeah, I meant y'all specifically this time, but I do mean everybody. But it's about being a black man in America and society.
In America or in America's literary world?
No, in America.
Okay.
Yeah, like actually in America.
Oh, yeah.
And so the conversation, it's interesting when he goes back and forth with the I'm not gonna spoil anything, but when he goes back and forth with the interviewer, we will come back and eventually have a conversation about that because that's gonna be one of our mental health topics when we get a chance. So it'll be probably a month or two before we touch on it. But yeah, he wrote, he was an activist, fought for LGBTQ rights, along with African American rights as well. One of his most famous works, and I love it, was the "I Am Not Your Negro" piece that he wrote. Amazing piece of work. Amazing piece of work.
That's something you got to read once, at least.
Oh
once
yeah, at least once. But he was definitely a leading voice in just American civil rights in general. But he was a poet, essayist, writer, great man. His articulation skills are amazing.
Impeccable. Yeah.
Yes, impeccable is definitely the word. Definitely the word.
Mm-hmm.
I also wanted to talk about a Toni Morrison.
Oh yeah,
Toni Morrison. I just wrote a paper about her.
See, there you go. Go ahead. Let them know what's cracking.
Yeah, I fucking love her, bro.
She's awesome.
Like, all right, so Toni Morrison is the person who got me into contemporary poetry. Because my
Mhm.
poetry, I can't say it really falls under contemporary. I just basically write whatever the hell comes, but it's always free verse.
Mhm.
But I had to do I had to read an essay she wrote on Huckleberry Finn, and
That's not interesting.
it was crazy, yo. If the book wasn't so far, which it's not really that far, it's like 5 feet away.
I mean,
But
for
it's
you, that's
behind my
far.
table. Now because I have y'all on the table, whatever, and I'd have to like go find it in the book or whatever.
Yeah,
'cause
true,
I don't
true,
remember
true.
what page
True,
it was.
right.
But she basically like talks about dang, I can't remember his name. I think his name is John, but the slave that Huckleberry keeps with him or whatever. And
Uncle Tom?
is his name Tom?
I believe so. I
Somebody-
believe so.
Tom
one
is
of them
normally, yeah.
Toms. It's John Tom, one of them joints. But anyway,
John Brown or something like that. Maybe.
yeah, it's something like that. But there's a part in the book where he becomes free, and then this fool, I can't stand him, bro. Tom Sawyer tricks him into thinking that he's not free, and then when he find out he's free, he's like thankful to them when he was already free. Like Tom tricks him into thinking that like he set him free, but he was already free. It was crazy shit. Crazy shit. But
Wow.
anyway, Toni Morrison wrote like this like analysis on like black people in that time, like the Huckleberry Finn era and stuff like that. And I was just like, yo, that's deep. That's deep as hell.
Okay.
Like she uses a lot of figurative language, and I like it.
Yeah.
All right, let's say what y'all.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, I went on a rant.
No, that was what I wanted you to do.
She also looks like a lioness to me. Like she just has this regal
I can
look.
see
to her.
that
She
aura.
just has a very regal look to her.
Yeah.
I just love black. I'm not gonna say superiority. We're just gonna say excellence. I love black.
Yeah.
Excellence.
Black excellence.
Definitely.
It's amazing.
Now, I will say this, just some of her accolades, so you all know she was the first black woman to win a Nobel Prize for Literature
Yes, ma'am.
in 93, and the first black woman to be an editor at Random House. And for those of you all who read in any capacity, Random House is one of those publishers that has almost everything under its umbrella.
That's fact.
So-
That's why it's random.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Name makes sense
A
there.
hoggle-posh of multiple things.
So, yeah,
I really just used the word hoggle-posh. I did.
you did.
Yes, sir.
I did do that.
Next, Miss Octavia Butler.
Ooh, okay.
I'm trying to think what's the most
I've seen her
most
somewhere recently.
thing. She has written for the Atlantic and as like the Black Panther comic book series.
Yeah.
Like she's a beast.
Thanks.
She published her first book in 2008, but didn't really get known until like 2015-ish. I think her most out there book was Between the World and Me.
What's that about?
Oh no, that's the wrong person. I'm tripping.
Oh.
That wasn't
Lord.
hers. That was Tanisha Coates.
Ta-Nehisi.
Oh, you know her. Okay, cool. I could not remember. I could not figure out how to say her name.
Wait, Ta-Nehisi's a guy. Yes, Ta-Nehisi Coates is a guy.
Are we sure?
There you go.
Positive?
Yeah.
Let me double check. I told you some of these are like, yep, that was him. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very excellent Black Panther comic run, FYI. Definitely
Yeah.
that.
So that was him. But Octavia, she does sci-fi. She's like won the Hugo Awards, Nebula Awards.
Oh, nice. She pulled a Hugo?
Yeah, she pulled a Hugo.
That's if y'all not into like sci-fi writing and stuff, that's big. Just so y'all know. It's like
She's like one of the early sci-fi black writers. Actually, I think she was the first sci-fi writer to get a MacArthur Fellowship, which MacArthur Fellowships are extremely hard to get.
Facts.
They're for people who are like trying to build a more peaceful and better world type deal.
Yeah.
I forget who it's through. Who's it through? Who's it through? I forget who it's through. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's one of those things. It's like kind of like a Nobel Peace Prize type thing. Like you have to be considered well in your field to get accepted. I'll put it that way.
These are facts.
So, say his name again for me, Rod.
Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Ta-Nehisi Coates. Ta-Nehisi Coates. There we go. Yeah.
Tallahassee?
Ta-Nehisi Coates.
I'm just playing.
Anyway. And then I wanted to mention first off, okay, I would be rude if I did not bring up Miss Maya Angelou.
Oh, of course, obviously.
That would be completely rude.
Someone else you're not mentioning. Someone else, another black female artist you have not mentioned yet.
Who?
Zora Neale Hurston.
I have to look it up. I don't know the name.
What?
I don't. How do you spell her name?
ZORANEALE HURSTON.
Got you.
So
wow.
Little fun fact.
Okay, I kind of want to break that down for him. Zora Neale Hurston.
Little fun fact. So Vocab moved to Orlando from Brooklyn in high school. And the school that I went to was called Robert Hungerford Preparatory High School. It's in Eatonville. It is literally the place that Zora Neale Hurston was born and raised. And she has, first of all, like this for Florida, period. I want to say for the town of Eatonville, but for Florida, period. She is a black writer who to this day is celebrated. There's literally a festival after her, the Zora Neale Hurston Festival.
Oh, cool.
Black literature. Another black excellence. Another black excellence. And Eatonville, if y'all don't know, is literally a black town. Like it's, you can count the white people.
That's small.
Yeah, no, it's like seriously. This is where my high school. My high school closed down now, but that is where they hold the Martin Luther King parade for like Orlando's Martin Luther King parade, whatever.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Oh,
it's not too crazy. It's not big, but it's not like tiny. Like it's a good.
It's a decent size area.
But the crazy thing is that it's literally like right next to Winter Park, which is like super light. So
I heard stories about Winter Park when I was in Orlando. People are like, no, you don't want to go to Winter Park.
Nah, I mean, Winter Park is straight now. Like, I be going out there. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice little area, but that's because they like reverse gentrified Winter Park. So, we be complaining about gentrification in the black neighborhoods. They did that shit with Winter Park, and now there's more black people and stuff.
Damn.
But it's nice. The Winter Park is really a nice little area. It's cool. But yeah, look up Zora Neale Hurston though. She wrote, what's the name of that book?
Their Eyes Were Watching God.
Yeah, their eyes were watching God. I was just gonna say his eyes on the sparrow.
Right, I think that, you know what? I think wasn't Halle Berry in Vocab? Was Halle Berry in the movie version of that book?
She was.
See, everything coming full circle.
Everything coming full.
Wow.
So, yeah, read that book though if you haven't. If you're black, I mean, white people you can read it too. But
I read that book in 7th grade. I did a book report in 7th grade on Their Eyes Were Watching. I think I named that when I was in my 8th grade class, 98. I think my top 2 movies in 98 were Men of Valor and Their Eyes Were Watching God. I think it was my top 2 movies when I was in 8th grade.
Yo, I really
But
was about to say their eyes are on the sparrow, but that's crazy.
I think you're thinking of Sister Act.
I definitely am, bro, because we was talking about it earlier.
What we
And
talking about Whoopi earlier? Damn, everything comes full circle
you
again.
know what I'm saying?
This
And
the
that's a
whole
typical
conversation.
black, like, remember, we went into a whole thing of how we can't even talk about gospel artists because black people,
Mhm.
that's like they bread and butter. And
Oh yeah.
and that's
Hold on,
why
say that
I was
again?
thinking about that's why I was thinking about their eyes was on the sparrow. But like, yeah, their eyes are watching God. Go read it. It's good.
I gotta find that book again. I haven't read that in a long time. That'd be a good read again.
It's,
Nice good read.
it's it. Okay, take me off the big screen, sir.
Take you off the big screen.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Damn.
All right.
Good shit though.
Awesome. So, as you all can see, we out here all learning stuff.
Hey,
Not just
that's
y'all.
one of my favorite things about life, man, is that
Yeah.
you always learning something new, bro.
Which is one of the main. Ain't that one of our things here
Yes,
that we
literally.
always say?
It literally is.
Everything you do, learn from it.
Everything's a lesson. That's right.
Mhm.
Everything
Yes.
is
Yeah, Miss Zora Neale Hurston.
Okay.
That's a good book. That was a good book. I gotta look up that book again, man. Oh man.
I might have mine too. Still, I gotta look through. I have like two.
Yeah, I got that. It's I read a lot of black books. That, To Kill a Mockingbird. I like a lot of black
I
women
think
teaching
I
stuff.
still got my Raising the Sun book too, bro.
That too. Read that also in
I
seventh
had
grade.
like the original, bro. Them pages is like brown now. That's crazy.
Like I said, I lost a lot of that stuff when we had to clean up my house, clean up the condo when my dad sold in New York. I lost a
When
lot
I
of
moved,
stuff.
I lost a lot of that stuff when I moved to Florida. But I think I might have like maybe one to three of those like original old school.
Yeah, I don't think the only thing I think I have left from when I was in New York is probably my laptop. That's it, and maybe my wallet. That's it. I don't think I have anything left from New York. No, and my glasses too. So that's about
it. Work because you gotta see.
Because you gotta see.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I got at least two more I want to mention. One is this lady right here.
Who is she?
Miss Jemison.
Okay.
N.K. Jemison.
N.K. Jemison.
Uh-huh. She, as of 2016, won the Hugo Award for Best Novel.
Ooh, another Hugo. I love it. Black people out here winning Hugo, bro.
So
I gotta look up this Hugo thing. It's the first time I'm hearing about it, so I gotta do some Google.
It's an award in literature, bro. I'm so serious.
That's what it is, and that's why. They said, hold up. This is a quote, right? The former president of Sci-Fi and Fantasy Writers of America said that she is arguably the most important speculative writer of her generation.
Wow, that's a big honor right there.
Praise, bro.
Right. Right.
That is some hard praise, bro.
So I honestly, I'll be honest, I have not read a lot of her books. I've heard about them. I've heard they are extremely good. So definitely go check them out. I have a personal reason why I don't read other artists' sci-fi.
Yeah, I'm not
fantasy.
I'm not a big sci-fi reader. And fantasy, I'm kind of.
Oh no, I love it, but I write it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm biased.
Yeah, I write it, and so I would not want anyone to be like, "Yo, you ripped this idea from this person."
Exactly. Like
you know what I mean? If it's already in my head, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, well, somebody else did that, and it's like, okay, that's cool, but I never read that.
Right.
Exactly. I didn't get it from that. You know what I mean? And there's no way that can be done. And I'm gonna
give y'all a sneak preview of some crazy shit. The reason why I don't really read other fantasy joints, except for like my close circle, like y'all or whatever it is. I wrote a story about an elf who's a boxer.
That sounds legit.
Shit crazy, right? and it's a full fantasy joint, like setting is like some Narnia type shit. It has
Right.
all the fucking species, it's fucking mermaids and fucking dwarves and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
His best friend is a fucking centaur. Like,
Oh wow.
yeah,
Interesting.
it's a dope ass. It's dope. I like it. It's called Silk Blood. Matter of fact, let's do it. I'm gonna give y'all the first paragraph.
I'm with
Look,
it.
y'all getting a
All right.
sneak preview right here, son. Sneak preview right here. Let's get it. All right. Silk Blood. I wrote it for class, and I got 100% on this damn thing. And my teacher was like, "I've never even seen no type of shit like this," and I was like, "Facts." All right, so I'm gonna give y'all the first two because the first is like the setting, like so you know.
Okay.
All right, so if you are a writer, you know one of the biggest things that they talk about is your setting should not be dry. And if you write fantasy, world building is a real thing, bro. This shit is
Bruh.
right. So like,
Bruh. World
so,
building is life. I love it.
right. So you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just the beginning, so you're not gonna get crazy. We're not gonna get crazy, but like, all right, so the lilac tones that encompass the morning are a sight I never grow weary of. It peeks through the trees as I step out from the arranged foliage covering the entrance to my home. I remember when this town we built within nature itself was just budding, but now it's blossomed into quite the city. Then there's the best view I could imagine, the ensemble of races and cultures that inhabit our slice of the world. Orcs, golems, humans, giants, harpies, fairies, dryads, centaurs, elves, and more living in peace all together. There was even an oasis on the outskirts of our paradise where merfolk joined our community. With a smile on my face, I jabbed an apple as I descended the root created staircase headed for Finesse, the guild hall, to watch the fight with the rest of the town. It was the left straight that did it, followed by a right hook. Everyone believes the hook knocked him out, but I saw it clear. The hook was unnecessary because that straight already had him asleep on his feet. It was a quick combination, so it makes sense that no one realized this. By the time he started falling, the hook had already connected and the transition was seamless. I mentioned it, but everyone around me shrugged it off as impossible. And whether it was considered the straight or the hook, the outcome remains a knockout. So I wasn't bothered by the incredulous response. And then it continues, you know what I'm saying? But y'all get a little something, something right there.
That's what's up.
Hmm.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Pretty good.
Maybe I'll turn it into a light novel or something.
Might as well. I don't see why not.
I'm saying.
Throw it up there on throw it out on Amazon, call it a day.
Call it a day.
If you need it, I'll voice act it for you.
Oh, we talking projects now, nigga.
I'm just saying. Like,
we
if you're gonna do it right.
We gonna make a little short film on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
I gotta write that now. I gotta like actually write it now. You motherfucker.
Yeah, pretty much.
You gotta give me.
And this, people, is how you light a fire under someone.
School is, you just gonna have to give me like a year because you already know.
I give you 6 months.
Nah.
6 months.
Nah.
Let me be quiet. I'm gonna be
for
quiet
a novel,
right now.
For a novelette,
school fucking.
It's only like 2,000 words.
Sir, oh no, I have that. I'm talking
That's
when
what
I
I
said
said,
light novel, I was talking about like.
Oh, you're talking about like
pages.
40.
Yeah, I'm talking like 300 pages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah. Right now it's a short story already. Yeah, like
okay.
It's like a good 10 pages. So like
10 solid. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like 2,500 words, some shit like that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
anyway, back to the matter at hand.
Back to the matter at hand.
Yeah.
All right. So one last person, and that's Miss Tomi. I forget how to pronounce her last name. Let me look at it again. See if I can get it. Adeyemi, I believe. But she's if you all know the series, Children of Blood and Bone. She's
That's
the author of that.
okay.
Um,
I'm like,
it's supposed to be about like the Orisha and a kid coming into their own with magic and abilities, superhuman abilities and things like that. Again, it's supposed to be really good. We actually talked about it a little bit, I think a week or two ago, where she just recently got a deal where she will be producing it because they were making a movie out of the Children of Blood and Bone, her book trilogy. So that is that's something else. And so she's been doing her thing clearly in the sci-fi fantasy realm. So definitely check it out. The third book in her trilogy is not out until next year, is my understanding. So there are at least 2 that are posted though. All right. So other than that, we kind of covered everything that I wanted to cover. I do have a shameless plug I want to throw in, but I figure I'll wait till we end everything up.
All right.
Before I throw that in.
Go ahead.
Is there anybody else overall, any category that you all want to talk about, bring up, shout out, give mentions of?
I think we did a good mixture. I can't really think about it at this point. Probably just be honorable mentions, or if we were doing more in depth. Yeah, but at this point, I'm just figuring we gave a good synopsis of some good ideas and some good people at this point. So can't really think of anything unless we were going niche or going more in depth with, especially like music and music and writing definitely. Then I could think of maybe one other writer, but it'd probably be something we were going a little bit more in depth. The name would have probably popped up anyway. So
that's fine. Who are you thinking?
Thinking Langston Hughes, but I also had somebody else in mind.
True.
Like I said, we did a good synopsis. Like any other ones, I'm just thinking of. I know a black woman comic book writer I follow is T. Franklin. I'm not sure if you heard of her, but she did that. I'm sure y'all guys are familiar with the Harley Quinn animated series.
Yes.
Miss Franklin, she did a 6-issue run of basically Harley Quinn animated universe where Harley and Poison Ivy got married. It's called the Eat, Bang, and Kill Tour. 6-issue run just finished not too long ago too. Actually, might be something to check out. Very very LGBT friendly. It featured Harley, Vixen. Who else is in there? Nightwing made a cameo. Batman. I think Batman made a cameo. It's a bunch of different cameos in there too. But it's set in the Harley Quinn animated universe. So if you like the show,
there you go.
And you want to watch that, yep. She's a good follow on Twitter. She's disabled. She's LGBTQ. So you're going to get a lot of that stuff also in the book too. So
okay.
If you're looking for diversity in a comic book, bam, check that series out. Check that 6-issue run out.
T.E. Franklin. And that was Harley Quinn.
T. Franklin.
Yeah, Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Well, she also did a comic book series called Bingo Love too. I got that somewhere in the crib here somewhere.
Okay.
That's how I found her out. I found out about that book a long while ago.
You said Bingo
Love.
Bingo Love. I think I actually have an image of it. Here we are. Boom, baby. Bingo Love. Mm-hmm. There you go. So just so you guys have a general idea, that is the book itself. I got a little bit of the background.
And the author.
And her and all of her glory.
Oh, say them rainbow braids ain't no joke.
Yo, they look sick as heck. I'm not gonna lie. I would have never thought that would work, but that looks really good.
She's pulling it over.
Right, that looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
That blends, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Peep this. She's a black, queer, and disabled. She's a black, queer, disabled comic book writer.
That's right.
Yeah. So you know that
she's gonna be breaking a lot of barriers.
Her writing has got all of that incorporated into it. Which that's another thing. Like, as a writer, and on artists in general, music, you know what I'm saying, movie writing, comic, whatever you want to do, it's really hard to not bring in parts of yourself into your art or your craft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether they're things that you dealt with yourself or are dealing with, whether they're just pieces of life that constantly wash over you, you know, stuff like that. And so I do find it really interesting to read other people's works, to get, it gives you an idea of them to a degree. You know, it's like when they say all of Stephen King's books came from his dreams. Yo, bro, you got some messed up dreams.
Oh shit!
That is one.
Oh shit, bro.
Right, like, bruh. But yeah. And so I would assume, again, she would be, you know, similar to most other writers in that.
She has like a couple of disabled characters. Even some characters are in queer relationships that you haven't seen in queer relationships in DC and proper canon.
Right.
I'm not gonna say who, but I mean Harley Quinn and Vixen are kind of obvious, but
right.
She did some interesting stuff with Vixen. Now, and fun fact about her, she has a Vixen tattoo. You don't see it in this photo here, but she has the totem of Vixen as a tattoo too.
Oh, nice. I'm with it. That's what's up.
Like follow her. She's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I mean, you can find her. So
we'll have to do that. I will definitely have to do that this evening.
Leave y'all on a good note with a good comic book artist to follow. Black History Month after all, gotta follow. Gotta put some respect.
Black people,
right? Awesome. Well, then the only thing that I have left is I do want to announce officially. Y'all gonna end up knowing my name now. I'm not just the Panda of Pandemonium, but you know, as an author. Because this one I'm not putting out under the Panda.
Oh, snap.
I have finally released my first novel.
Hey, Shadows of the
Hey now.
So it is now on Amazon. Feel free to go grab it. I'll drop the link in the chat and everything. But yeah, it is a story.
Is crazy, son.
Right on, bro.
Nice.
Right
nice.
Shadows of the Soul is out.
It's gonna end up being. I actually don't know how many books it's gonna be. As of right now, it's slated for 4. Shadows of the Soul is the intro where you meet the majority of the protagonists. Basically, the world. I don't know if it's the best way to put this without spoiling it. Let's see here.
But don't spoil. If it's a spoiler, don't spoil it.
The world as you know it exists in parallel with over 80 other timelines.
Okay.
Wait. Say that again. The world as you know it. What?
Universes.
Oh, like the TVA. Okay, I see. Okay. I see what it's going to go on. Okay. I think
parallels to other 80.
Oh, there it goes.
Breaking up, my God.
The gods are saying not to promote right now.
Now we gotta promote, bro.
I know. I'm just joking. I'm just.
I know. I'm saying. That's so fire, bro.
Yeah. That reminds me. I keep saying this. I need an editor on my ass to write. I need to be like that dude in Bakuman. I need that. I swear to God, if I'm ever gonna write anything, I need to be just like that dude in Bakuman who has an editor look over him while he draws the manga. I need that situation. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to write. Cause I know me, I'll get sidetracked playing video games. What I know myself. Especially nowadays, so many video games and TV shows. That's one thing I do miss about my old job. I was able to watch TV, answer phone calls, emails, and watch TV and listen to podcasts. That's a great job.
All right. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
here you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back. You know what? How about this? Instead of me telling anything, I'll just read the prologue if y'all cool with that.
All right, that's fine.
All right. The planet is Ebola. Dimension 15, better known as Gurlon. Lying there, all she could do was wait. The crisp, cool air from the nearby mountains brushed against her skin as the silhouettes of various avians graced the skyways. It had been over a decade since she had arrived in this war-torn universe. Since she had met him. I gotta move this little. Sorry. Since she had conceived this child. Her position in the heavens now revoked, she had no choice but to stay here and watch over the creatures she had risked her all to save. Scarlet and violet hues danced across the field before her, the wind coordinating the flowers' every move. Gentle mist could be seen slowly traversing the hidden base of the Rockula Mountains. The golden streaks of her luscious black hair played on the breeze as she inhaled the crispness of the meadow. It was here she had decided to give birth to her child. Your Majesty, are you okay? Can we get you anything? Have the contractions started? Her faithful Minister of Defense's visage appeared from the darkened hollow behind her. Glancing backward, she could see he had verified the healer's preparations of the birthing area quite thoroughly. A sigh of despair escaped her as she looked back into the sky. The twin suns shining down on her as the celestial eclipse neared filled her with so much hope and pain. It was on this day, 10 years ago, that she had become with child. At the height of the convergence, she would give birth to the next evolution of her kind. My kind. Her kind. A murderous pack of destructive beings awaiting the celestial lunar eclipse. The day they were promised they would conquer the two divine realms and finally have access to Vidic Suverno, the realm between realms where they would be granted immortality. Inching a small braid of glass into her mouth, a small grin pierced her lips. The marks of the Sphinx and Manticore on her inner wrists reminding her of her past. At least this child will never have to worry about that kind of existence. Here she had aided in the creation of a peaceful world, a world where everyone had plenty and prosperity flourished. An agonizing pull in her abdomen halted her thought process. My lady, is everything okay? Is it that time? The healers brushed past the Minister of Defense, darting to her side. As they approached, a soft lime green glow emanated from their bodies, slowly covering her. Her breathing had slowed. She seems to be coming back around. The healers swiftly moved, hovering like a hive of bees over their queen. Their hands circulated in tantric rotation as they moved around her. The glowing aura started to numb the pain as the agonized look on her face subsided. We've got to move her into the birthing chamber before the sun aligns. Sotari, we need you. From inside the birthing chamber, all that could be heard was the slithering and hissing of what seemed like hundreds of snakes. The tongues and heads of one, then 3, then 10 snakes started coming out from the darkened room. Moving away, the healers allowed the serpents through as they crawled towards the queen. Meticulously, they began to circle her body from head to foot, slowly tightening upon each other as more and more vipers joined them from the darkness. Within 2 to 3 minutes, they'd intertwined to form a bed of living serpents, hoisting her into the air. Boom, boom. The heartbeat of the child caused everyone in the vicinity to shudder as it resonated with their souls. Many dropped to one knee. The snakes shook, a few of them falling from the bed, making it lean to one side. For every serpent that faded, 2 more took its place, keeping the bed from tipping over as it slowly made its way into the sparsely lit birthing chamber. The healers, recovering from their reeling, accompanied the bed of creatures. Each healer tried to maintain mystical contact with the mother-to-be, walking in unison, unbothered by the snakes coiled around their ankles. As they closed in on the darkened room, the chiseled visage of the Minister of Defense, Johar Tari, became clear. His dark, dreaded hair fell over his stony gaze. The bright white gloss of his reverse dilated pupils scanned his queen in sheer concern. Pieces of piercing light suddenly combed through the room from the branch-like structure encompassing them. Serpents of all kinds seemed to encompass the entire lower half of him, hoisting him 8 feet into the air. Slithering over to the birthing bed, they gently released the queen from their grasp. Slowly dispersing, the Ophidians returned to Johar. Now lowering himself, the serpentine tendrils dissipated, revealing a more humanoid form. Red, black, and gold silk ceremonial attire formed from the very scales of the creatures he commanded. "Mary," he whispered in her ear as her dainty hand disappeared into his. Running his hands through her hair, he kissed her forehead. "My queen, it will be okay. This child, our child, will be as beautiful as her mother." With tears in his eyes, he caressed her face. "Or as handsome as his father," she stated, allowing the pain giggle to escape her grimacing smirk. The remaining healers finally recovered from the psionic pulse of the child's heartbeat and made their way into the chamber, ushering Johar to swiftly step away. "My queen," his head bowed in submission, "I will take my leave, but should you need me," he paused, allowing their eyes to connect only briefly, "merely utter my name." A slow nod signified her understanding of his feelings as one of the healers stepped between them, finalizing preparations for the birth. Quietly, he backed towards the door, his head remaining bowed until he finally reached the entrance. Upon exiting, vipers of all breeds began to emerge from his torso. His legs and thighs melted away into a sea of slithering serpents. The simplest motion seemed to command them as hundreds found their way to the doorway. Interlocking, they contorted to form a protective covering over the entire domed birthing room. Inside the room, the healers scurried about. "Where are the clothes? Does anyone see Yesenia petals? How far apart are our contractions?" The pain intensified as the sun's orbital approach continued. Screams of agony and pain tore through the forest, scattering nearby flocks of birds. "Ah!" It's nearly time.
These sound effects are killing me, bro.
"It's nearly time," said one of the healers as she raced across the room to a rotating lever. "Someone, help me open the skylight." A few healers raced over to assist her with the 3-handed wheel, which opened the hatch in the upper portion of the branches covering the room. As they turned, the sun's light pierced through the darkened den, shining directly onto Marie. She screeched as though tortured by the sun's very existence. And then it happened. Boom, 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 boom. Each murmur of the child's heartbeat could be felt across a portion of the globe. The forest creatures began to scurry. They all raced to evacuate the area as though a catastrophic event were on the horizon. Those not hardy or swift enough to escape the range instantly collapsed, as though death had taken its toll. The healers were also worse for wear, though each of them continued to release a green aura, seeking to absolve the queen of her pain. Alas, one by one they fell, victim of the psionic blast emitting from the queen and her unborn child. Boom, 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 boom. It is time, my queen. You must push." The healers, still unconscious, continued to work tirelessly through the birthing process. A flurry of fresh towels, water containers, and potions continuously rotated around the room. This time, even the strongest healers had issues maintaining their composure. As the height of the lunar eclipse came to a head, there was but one healer left standing by the queen's side. Sliding her arm underneath Marie's head, she whispered, We are almost there, my queen. You will now give birth to the living damnation of all you tried to preserve. Your child will be the demon spawn that hastens the desolation of everything you have come to love these last 10 years. May we all be reborn as servants in the Manticore's court. Long live the queen! Marie's eyes widened as the healer removed her hands from under her neck. Blood trailed down the healer's arm where the faint reflection of hair-like needles protruded. Boom, 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 boom. The healer, no longer able to withstand the barrage of energy, and her errand finally complete, lost consciousness. Falling to the floor, she mouthed, "May I rest in your court, my queen?" Silence enveloped the den. Marie's breath shallowed as she barely released the words from her now numb mouth. From underneath the earth, a violent eruption of serpents spewed into the den. "Mary, what have I done? I knew I shouldn't have left you alone." Holding her close, tears filled his eyes as he gripped her head and hand. "The baby," she gasped. Reaching towards the sheets below her, he froze. Draped in bloodied layers, a figure seemed to rise, giving the appearance of a small ghost. A violent wind shunted its way through the den, ruffling the sheets before blowing them to the floor. And I'm going to stop there.
Would you stop?
Wow.
Would you stop?
That's it. I'm just going to stop there.
After the blowing them to the floor?
Yeah. I'm just going to stop right there.
Oh, I wanted you to finish the
But yeah, that's just part of the prologue.
Damn, they're floating in confusion? Yeah, because we support black business around here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if y'all get a chance, definitely feel free, grab it. I'm gonna drop it. It'll be posted around the Instagram, the Twitter, and the Facebook.
Yeah,
chat,
you can
so.
see it on my screen. There you go. We screen sharing over here.
So there we go.
Yeah, we own it already. Get that. Hold on. Let's go to the cover. You see that? We support around here.
Black business. Right on. Oh. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Like I said, it's book 1. I'm excited about book 2. As you all know, I love werewolves, so there are werewolves in here.
Okay,
Of course.
It wouldn't be me without a couple werewolves. So
this is true.
But other than that, I think we're gonna go and close out tonight. Next week we do have our D&D campaign. So we're gonna do day 0 basically of that. Which when I say I am beyond ecstatic to have you guys come into this world. It's gonna be amazing.
Me too.
And then we'll also do a slight we may do a slight mix up of Black History stuff before we start. Probably do like 30-40 minutes of that and then jump into the pregame.
Or I'll do the poem I was gonna do this week. Because I'll follow that.
That's
okay, well he will do his poem for next week.
I just wanted to like end off with you, not meaning like
right.
No, you good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, because first of all, you read more than I thought you was gonna read. I was like, you giving them.
I thought it was just me.
I was like, you giving them a lot.
This is just what Amazon has for prologue.
Oh yeah,
not even a full prologue.
Yes, well, see, I bought it as soon as I bought it. So like, I looked and like I'm here, I'm following along. I'm like, yo, he's still reading. So I'm like, let me just skip to the end of the prologue. Let me just see how long the prologue. I'm like, damn, nigga, that's just a prologue.
Right.
The prologue is a chapter, bro. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I went in.
Yeah, you did.
I went in.
For sure.
Yeah, you definitely set that world up. I wouldn't have went that long, but
I'm rocking with it for sure. The way you was reading it too. Listen, your sound effects had me dying. I was all immersed.
Right on, right on. I will be doing the voice. I will be doing the voiceover for the book too. So eventually,
Yeah, I
it
was
will
say
be
you
on
gotta
Audible.
do Audible if you're gonna read
Yeah.
it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I will be doing that too. Shout out if anybody does need voice work. I do voice work through ACX on Amazon. So if you have a book that you do need somebody to do the audio for, that is something that can be looked into. Feel free to reach out to us. We can definitely get that worked out for you
Definitely.
all the way across the board. So if you ever need poetry pieces, Vocab is the person to go to. Rod also writes as well. So we'll be hopefully in the next 12 to 18 months be seeing his book release. Also, I'm gonna keep saying it, Rod.
I keep saying y'all need to get an editor that's on my ass. I keep telling y'all that. I keep telling y'all that.
Yeah,
All
when
right,
you find
I'm
one,
Nick.
let
That's
me
what I'm gonna
know.
do.
When you find an editor, let me know. I'm gonna give them some work too because nigga, I be doing real. I would
There
write
you
so
go.
much more if I had one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
There you go.
I just need someone on my. I said I need an editor on my butt. Like if you know Bakuman and in particular one of the mangakas in that series, I'm definitely that dude.
And if you haven't seen Bakuman, you need to. It is a great show. Great show about two kids that are becoming mangaka. So yeah.
You get a lot of respect for the industry reading that book.
You do. You really do. Especially at the young age that some of them start. It's craziness.
I mean, Oda's been doing One Piece for almost 20 years now.
20 years. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, do you guys want to have anything to say before we roll out?
I wanted to end out with your
yeah.
All right.
I'm with Vocab. That's a tough act to follow with that prologue.
I got a sword. I guess we could talk about that one.
We can. Yes. Was it Wakashi? What?
Wakazashi.
Wakazashi. There we go.
So,
He did come in. He been talking about this for the longest, y'all.
Right. When we first started the podcast, I got my katana and I showed it to you guys. And the Wakazashi came in today. We are here. And most importantly, the blade is purple.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, y'all got to check this out.
And they got some filigree, you know what I'm saying, that go across the whole thing. So we are.
Where you at? Boom. Yo.
Okay.
Can you show them the comparison to the
Damn, you really want me to do this?
No, I was just saying that you want to. I know we were talking about
I'll go get it. It's cool. I'll go. I'll go.
No, it's all good. So he was comparing the two, the sword and the wakazashi.
Katana versus the wakazashi. So this is the katana. Much bigger, obviously. So you see the gold trim on the helm. My scabbard has dragon on it. Dragons on the sheath. The blade is like a wood grain. Versus the Wakazashi, which also has the purple handle, does not have the gold trim. It has a regular scabbard. And it's a purple blade with filigree on it. This one. If you can't tell, I love purple. Yeah. Everything's purple. You know,
as you see, the pillow behind him is purple.
Right.
Most of the pictures on the wall behind him are purple.
For everything, my jacket right here, it's purple. It says my name on it. You know what I'm saying? We out here with the purple.
That royalty color. That raw tie.
You know what I'm saying? We regal over here. Black people, man. Kings and queens. Damn, I gotta go.
There you go.
Up there.
Well, again,
you see the size differences.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Is like, there's no way to do that in frame. I don't think though.
I can't. Just give me a
second. It's okay. Later, take a picture of them later, and then we'll show it on the stream next week.
Right.
Yeah, we'll show it on stream next week. Just take a picture of them side by side.
I will do that.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, everybody. Well, again, thank you all for coming through and spending your Saturday afternoon with us.
Yes, sir.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you learned something about your Black history, about your artists and your musicians and your especially your artists. 'Cause I think we all learn something on this artist thing. Because man, but your musicians and your artists and your actors, voice actors that we mentioned, things of that nature. So I hope you all enjoyed the information dump, because that was definitely what this show was. It was an information dump. But again, as we said before, you know, these are things we got to learn, because if we don't learn about them in some capacity, we can't pass it on. And that's why we don't know about it, you know. So all of our Black creatives, our Black artists, our Black, you know, writers and things of that nature, they all deserve the same respect, and if not more, because they want us. You know. So we need to learn their names. They should be household names, is what it should be. So as we learn, we pass that to our children so that they have those interests and they learn, and we move from there. All right. But again, thank you. We appreciate y'all, and we'll catch y'all in the wilds of pandemonium.
Yeah,
we out.
Later.